Good evening from Greenwood, Delaware, where it's homecoming for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders, as well as the biggest game so far this year in the Henley Open Conference Southern Division. The number 3 Milford Buccaneers have made the 15-mile trip down Route 36 and bring a 7-0 record into this game. What awaits them is the number 1 ranked Woodbridge Blue Raiders, also 7-0. On the line is the inside track to the Henley Open Southern Division title. I'm Benny Mitchell, and with me tonight's former Woodbridge High School Wesley College standout Jordan Westcott will join me on the broadcast tonight, along with Trey Mitchell on the camera, and Dave Marvel will bring you the game stats. Tonight's live stream is brought to you by 302sports.com. For both teams, a win tonight moves them one step closer to the Henley Open South Championship, as only Delmar remains undefeated in the conference. Last week, Woodbridge tallied their 4th straight shutout and 5th of the season. The Blue Raiders have allowed a mere 19 points on defense this season. In their 48-0 win over Indian River, Woodbridge had the running clock by halftime, amassing 393 yards on the ground and 448 total yards, led by running back Tariq Riddick with 3 touchdowns. Last week, Milford also advanced to 7-0 with a 44-25 win over Laurel. The Bucs started out the season going 10 consecutive quarters before allowing a score on defense. Last week, Laurel, the most of any team all season, was a contest into the 4th quarter. After losing half of the running attack in David Bowman and Rashawn Price to injury this season, the Bucs have turned to their passing game, scoring 144 points in the last 3 games. Senior quarterback William Kimmel threw 3 touchdown passes last week, leading Milford over the Bulldogs. I would like to welcome to our broadcast Jordan Westcott. And Jordan, both these teams are sitting in a good spot to reach the Division II state tournament. But what's at stake tonight is the Henley Open South title and a first-round home game when the playoffs begin.
Thanks, Benny. For Milford, of course, the South title is on the line. This game has a bit of a revenge factor to it. Last year, Kirby Williams snatched the victory from the jaws of defeat when he scored a 4th quarter touchdown, leading Woodbridge to a 17-14 victory. Milford then suffered a loss to Lake Forest in the final game of the season and ended up on the outside looking in when the state tournament came around. The Bucs have avenged 2015 losses to BMA and Indian River in dominant fashion so far this season. Being a Blue Raider, I know that these guys are feeling some kind of way. I mean, I feel that they feel like they have to prove something coming from a small school. So I think we're on the verge of doing that tonight. And Milford, they're the guys that they're undefeated also, and they're coming here to get a win also.
The Bucs were off to a hot start this season, outscoring their opponents 130-13 over the first 3 weeks, mainly behind the running of David Bowman and Rashawn Price. Then week 4, Price went down with a broken foot, and 1 week later, Bowman goes down with a broken hand. The loss of Bowman has hurt them equally on defense. Since then, Coach Strickland has gone to the power running of Dominique Hovington, as well as going to the air with quarterback Kimmel and his 2 favorite targets, Marcus Correa and Breon Murray.
It's a shame any time a player gets injured, and sometimes that blow is even greater when it's a player of that caliber and Bowman. To make it matters worse, Price who would fill the boys lost to injury.
With Bowman and Price out, Dominic Hovington will have to carry the load in the rushing game, but Strickland has found success and through the air the past couple of weeks.
Anytime you have an injury, you get to see who the players are, who's going to step up for the win. For the Bucs, for William Kimmel, he's at Aaron. He's 44 for 80 this season for 920 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Bowman's game, he gave the ability to stretch the defense. He was a breakaway threat. Hovington, he's a different kind of runner. He may not be a threat to break a long one, but he's kind of like a Mike Allstott player. He's gonna try to run you over and run through the tackles.
Absolutely a different running style. It's interesting how much Hovington carries on offense tonight will affect his play on defense. Hovington is going to be key for the Bucs on both sides of the ball. He might have to carry 30 times, Jordan, and turn around and play middle linebacker. Troy Haynes took over at quarterback midway through the last season when Antoine Holden went down with a season-ending injury. This year, both players returned. Coach Manlove went with Haynes back at the quarterback and moved Holden to wide receiver. So far this season, the two have hooked up 3 times for touchdowns.
Yeah, Troy Haynes, he doesn't really throw the ball much, but when he does, he's an effective player. I mean, 16 for 24 this season. He's completed 8% of his passes for 380 yards, 8 touchdowns. He has no interceptions this season. I mean, that's a big key to winning games. No turnovers. I mean, he's out there scoring points. The running game's strong with Riddick. Michael Brewer and Holden have been his favorite targets this season. Both caught 3 touchdowns with Burrow catching half of his passes this season.
I've watched Woodbridge twice this year. They have a trio of running backs, and Tariq Riddick, Jamon Kane, and Richard Massey. Those 3 have combined for 21 touchdowns this season.
This trio is a great example who's next for who try to stop. Obviously, the Bucks with Keon Reddick, who's nearing 1,000 yards this season. He's had the lion's share of carries this season, carrying the ball 92 times for 806 yards and 13 touchdowns. Kane, only a sophomore, has found the end zone 4 times this season. He's a hard running fullback, the ability to break up the long run. And just when you think he had figured the Blue Raiders out, another sophomore in Mass is getting touches.
The Woodbridge offense has been a big part of their success this season, but in my eyes, it's been the defense. It's been that front 5 that's played a huge part for them this season. 41 tackles for a loss, 22 sacks, and are at plus 17 in the turnover ratio. Shamir Vessels has returned 3 fumble recoveries for touchdowns this season. The Woodbridge linebackers, they have no sacks this season. The defensive front has 24 of them. This may be very well one of the best defensive fronts in the state.
Yeah, Vessels, he's a special kind of player. I mean, I see him train with him. I see him play. He's a humble kid. He comes to work every day. I'm sure he's going to have a special game. Also, Lee Styles is right behind him with 12 sacks. And then added Blaze Rayford, Brian Island, and Rick Thomas have just been getting after all season. And last sophomore linebacker Rock Keeler to be free to help him defend the edge and not have to count on to blitz. Keeler has 38 tackles this season.
All right. Fox Sports, 1290 AM, Delaware Coaches Association poll for Division I and Division II. You are watching the Henlopen Conference Game of the Week live on 302 Sports.
Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the culinary coast in southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish on in Lewis in the villages of 5 Points. Lup Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth.
Come in here, Jordan.
Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. Matt's Fish Camp
Got
located
10
on
seconds.
Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shop. At Sodell, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place.
Good.
See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts. We have 8 locations.
And we're back. I'm here with Jordan Westcott. And Jordan, we're going to talk a little bit about the coaches poll. Both Division I and Division II this season. And when we talk about there we are. We're there now. Starting with Division II. You're a Woodbridge Blue Raider. You played here. Graduated 2007, I believe, correct? And this wasn't the Woodbridge back then. You guys you weren't number 1 in the state like they are now.
These guys, they got a lot of young players. I mean, last year when I see them play, I knew they were going to be good. We got a good coaching staff and man love. He's really turned this program around.
Woodbridge down the road. Milford tonight. Laurel next week, and the could come down to the big the grudge match, the big rivalry with Delmar, maybe week 10.
Yeah, I mean that's always a rival game for us. It's always tough to have a triple option. Did they still run that triple option?
I've not seen Delmar yet this year, but it's still Dave Hearn, so I can't imagine he's changed a whole lot. Dave Hearn, by the way, has tied for the most wins in Henlopen Conference history last week. Tonight, he goes and knocked off Captain Dick, Ron Dickerson, as the all-time winningest coach in the Henlopen Conference. So shout out to Dave Hearn. That's a great accomplishment there. And we go to number 2, the team that knocked off Woodbridge last year in the semifinals. St. George's is the number 2 team in the state. They have Brandywine Christian, 2 games they should win, and then they're going to probably see a 9-0 Glasgow team. And where did Glasgow come from?
I don't know.
So then you got Glasgow number 3, and the Milford Bucks here. They're number 4 now. They have Woodbridge, Delmar. They have a tough road to go. They have Woodbridge tonight. They have Delmar next week, and Lake Forest. I don't care if Lake Forest is 0-9. It's the battle for the bell. Anything can happen.
Right. Anytime anything is battling for something, anything can happen in those kind of games.
And then we have number 5, DMA, Wilmington Friends, who that was probably the best test that Woodbridge has had this season. And I went in thinking that was going to be a close game, and Woodbridge kind of put it away by halftime.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Friends beat Woodbridge last year.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I was here for that game. Yeah, Friends, they're always tough. I mean, that coach has been there for a long time. And I'm surprised if Woodbridge just came in and beat them.
Like that. And then you have a number 7, you have Carava, who's down at Cape and Lopin tonight. They beat Cape and Lopin tonight. They're in. I mean, that's 6 huge points. They may be in anyways. Probably are going to be in. That could be. We could very well see Kate beats Caravel tonight. Caravel wins out. We could see Woodbridge Caravel round 1, number 8 versus number 1.
Yeah, that one right there would be a tough one to see in the first round. So.
And then we have Delmar coming in number 8. Tatnall at number 9, and St. Mark's, who they started off fast. They went out 3-0, and they've lost. They're now down to 4-3, and their playoff life it's actually on life support right now. Well, they have Hodgson, St. E's, and Sally's left. So let's look at turn to Division 1. Smyrna High School, number 1, the defending state champs. They're on a tear. They have Cape and Lopen next week, a game that we'll have on 302 Sports. Followed by Middletown, who some say is the best defense in the state. I think there's some fellas downstairs here. Might want to argue with them about that a little bit, but you're talking Division 1, Division 2, but they're 2 pretty good defenses. Then Slasiana, William Penn, and Cape and Lopen. So in the top 5, you have 2 Henlopen Conference teams there, Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they can compete. They got good athletes who can compete.
Concord comes in number 6, Sussex Central. Sussex Central may end up being the best team not to make the playoffs this year. Tough loss to Cape, tough loss to Interboro, and had Smyrna on the ropes last week, 12-0 heading into the 4th quarter when Nolan Henderson took over. And this kid, I don't know if you've seen Nolan play, but he's something special. Appoquinimink, Sussex Tech, and Dover round out the top 10. Cape, the game we'll have next week, they have Caravel tonight. That's nothing to sneeze at. Smyrna, and then they have the rivalry with Sussex Tech. It hasn't always been a rivalry, but it has become one. So they have that big game down towards the end. So, folks, we're going to be right back. We're going to talk about our impact players and get to the football game. So you're watching Henlopen Conference football live on 302sports.com.
This place is for everybody.
Yep.
Actually, my entire family signed up. So my wife, my children, my young son comes in. My son's only 10. We have the kids classes. We have the fitness class if you're just looking primarily to get in shape. Obviously, the jiu-jitsu class. That's what I come here for.
Every time I walk through that door, I'm unbelievably happy that I'm here. It's just a reminder of all the energy and effort that I've put in.
Even if you just watch a class first, you won't know until you try.
This place is for everybody. Actually, my entire family.
And welcome back to Greenwood, folks. I'm Benny Mitchell. With me, Jordan Westcott, former star here at Woodbridge High School, went on to play linebacker at Wesley College. Just wrapped up, 2 years ago? Wrapped up that career 2 years ago, correct?
Yeah, 2 years. It was a good 4 years there. We got a lot of good
I believe you made it to the Final Four one year. Made it to the semifinals of the Division III playoffs, correct?
They always
Well, look to your left. Trey Mitchell will tell you about Mount Union because they have a pretty he's had to put his hands on a couple of those guys. So while we're here, we're going to talk about the Covington, number 40, 25 times. So he And for Woodbridge tonight, putting the pressure on a sophomore, Jamon Kane, number 8, 49 carries, 495. He has 4 touchdowns. And like I said, star players are going to have star games and draw attention to their opponent. Kane is going to have to be effective tonight so that their star, Tariq Riddick, can have a star game.
Right. Kane, he's a good fullback. He's one of those fullbacks, that can just break away, run you over, he can do all kinds of things. He's a special kind of player.
And then finally, Lee Styles. He's a senior. And not only, I have him there for a couple reasons. Not only his defense, the defensive end, but the punter. He may have to flip this field a couple times tonight. 43 tackles, 12 for loss, 11 sacks, and he has an average of 35.8 punts, which could be huge. Milford has relied heavily on the passing game in recent weeks. Styles needs to do 2 things tonight, Jordan. He needs to set the edge and make the Bucks go inside, and then he has to get after Kimmel when he goes to throw it.
Right. I remember when Lee first started playing, I didn't really know who he was, but I learned who he was real fast. This kid, he's good. He needs to step up to get that edge. And also, that's something big that can come down to either winning or losing a game in field position. So he has to make an impact.
and it's something that Woodbridge really hasn't had to do much this year. And they've been in control of most of their games, but tonight could be a different story. Milford is getting ready to come out. And Jordan, here we go. I know you're a Woodbridge guy. Doesn't matter. You get to pick who you want. Who do you have winning this game and why?
I got Woodbridge winning tonight. Not because I'm just from Woodbridge, but I've worked out with these kids. I know the kind of commitment they put in the weight room over the summer. And I just think this is their time. I think it's really Woodbridge's time to come alive and everybody start winning. So I'm picking them to win.
Jordan, I'm going to put you on the line. Couple trivia questions here. We're going to talk about Smyrna first. Smyrna, the #1 team in the state. Who was the last Henley Open Conference team to win back-to-back state titles in Division I?
Louisiana?
The Henley Open Conference team. It's a trick question. Hasn't been done yet. Has not been done yet. And the last Sussex County school to win a Division I state title? Seaford, 1981. So Smyrna going to help the Henley Open hopefully this year and get that back-to-back title, which has never happened. And now, you might know the answer to this one. Who is the only Southern Division team to never win a state title in football? Woodbridge, very good. The Woodbridge Blue Raiders have never won, but they have won tonight. And here's my prediction. It's all on the line tonight. The winner moves 1 week closer to the Henley Open South Championship. Both teams are 7-0 coming into this Week 8 showdown, and both have shown they can put points on the board. But Woodbridge defense can get after it. Milford will have to rely heavily on the power running of Dominic Covington and the Bucks passing game. Although quarterback William Kimmel has not seen pressure like this, he will tonight. The Bucks offensive line is going to have to step up to the challenge. But I'm taking the Blue Raiders, 21-7. And if the Blue Raiders come out here tonight with the win, they're going to party like it's 1999. What reference is that, Jordan? Not a Prince reference. The last time Woodbridge went 10-0, 1999 was your last Woodbridge state championship. They have a couple Henley Open Conference titles, but they weren't Woodbridge back then. They were Bridgeville. The Bridgeville Mustangs. Do you know what Greenwood was?
Mustangs and
Foresters. The Greenwood Foresters. So here, captains are on the field, folks. Waiting for Milford to come out. That's Rayford, Vessels, Riddick, and Holden. Holden went down, early. It was the Wilmington Friends game last year he went out.
Yeah, I remember when he went down. He's like a Antonio Brown type of player. He got some quick twitch fiber. Not very big, but he can make some really impact plays. And I think Troy coming in and taking over the quarterback position probably the best thing for him.
Right.
Because Bolden, he's an athlete. He needs to get the ball in his hands out in space, and he can really make some plays.
So it looks like Milford has won the toss, and they defer to the second half. And we got photographers on the field. I think this is a Super Bowl. Photographers out there for looking at the Delaware game. Yeah, this like I said, they're going to party like it's 1999. We're 59 degrees here, folks. I think it might even be a little cooler than that. Very little wind. The wind has died down. Had a lot of rain here yesterday. Came over to check our signal. We had a lot of rain, and then it seemed to stop around midnight. A lot of wind today, which was good. That dried up the field. This field, I like the pink lines. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Woodbridge has pinked out the lines for us. We're playing on Bermuda grass, I believe. I've been on the field. It's a nice surface. It has a nice crown. It dries very well. The water runs off. So we should have good playing conditions tonight despite the heavy rain last night. Pretty good crowd here, still filling in. I know the Woodbridge side is packed. The Milford side has just enough room for the band to get in. So we're going to have a pretty good crowd down here tonight. And waiting for both teams to come on the field. So Jordan and I've talked with my son Trey, standing next to you a lot, and these types of games. I mean, when these two teams run on the field, I get a chill. You know, do you feel the same way? Even though you're out, you're done playing, do you still get that little chill when you see this?
Yeah, I mean, I miss it every day. I mean, it's football. It ain't nothing like playing football. And you know, for these guys to go undefeated, those type of teams, that's something that you can be proud of for your hometown. way the community is getting together. So, yeah, it's really exciting.
I mean, you didn't really have this, maybe the atmosphere like this, championship atmosphere in high school, but you had it in college at Wesley. Guys won some conference titles, playing in the semifinals. I talk to Trey all the time, and he was a wrestler at Cesar Rodney. He had it just the opposite. He had that experience in high school, didn't have it in college as much as McDaniel. So, but I mean, when I come, especially high school football, and there it is, there's the crowd.
There's nothing like high school football. I mean, Friday night lights.
And typical of the Woodbridge Blue Raiders, they don't sprint on the field. They just come on out. And every guy I've talked to, every Woodbridge player I've talked to, the mantra this year has been stay humble, stay hungry.
I mean, that's the best way to do it. The leader, Shamir, that's what I see in him. He's a humble guy. And it's infectious to the whole team. Everybody's humble, they're hungry, and they're out there in the future.
Okay, folks, we're going to pause for a second while the Woodbridge band plays the national anthem. And folks, we're ready for some football. Benny Mitchell here with Jordan Westcott. We're in Greenwood, Delaware, western Sussex County. I guess we're not technically in Greenwood. We're kind of around Greenwood.
Right. You're about in the middle, Greenwood, Bridgeville area.
And Woodbridge will be getting the ball first. And they'll be moving from left to right on your screen. Woodbridge, blue jerseys, gray pants, black helmets. Milford will be in the white jerseys, maroon helmets, and maroon pants. And, folks, I'm ready for some football. Jordan?
Okay, let's go.
Ready for some football. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The kickoff. And we'll just call this the first leg to the Henlopen South Championship because Delmar's still hanging around undefeated in the conference. Woodbridge, Milford, both 3-0. And one thing I've noticed, Jordan, watching game film, the two Woodbridge games I've watched, is Woodbridge has starters on the special teams. They play their guys all facets of the game.
I mean, you look at like the Seahawks or any NFL team that's really good, they got their starters on the defense. And even at Wesley, when we played, playoff time come, all the starters are on the defense. Because special teams, it's a lot of big plays that happen on special teams, and that can cost you to lose or win a game.
So here we go, off to kick it off. That's number 89, and I do not have a name for number 89, so Mr. and Mrs. number 89, I apologize, but we do not have your son's name on the roster. back deep for the Blue Raiders, and they got like 3 guys back there. They got Holden, who I believe has run 2 back for touchdowns this year. Ricky Kane, and I believe that's Massey in the middle.
Yeah, 3 of the best athletes back.
So here we go, folks. The toe hits the pig, and we're off. It's going to be a short kick. It's going to be picked up by Kane. Kane goes left. He loses 1 tackler. Cuts it back to the inside, and he's wrapped up and tackled by number 22. That's Kajay Reynolds, and Woodbridge is going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. What did you see there a little bit in that little kick return there, Jordan? Looked like they're trying to get to a wall here on the near side.
Yeah, he was trying to come up the sideline, but number 22, he made a really good tackle on that by defeating the block and making the play.
So here come the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. They'll have number 4, Troy Haynes, the sophomore, under center. And it's going to be a handoff. I believe that's number 8, Jamon Kane, and he's going to pick up about 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 going off left tackle.
Yeah, a little fullback dive. It was a good play by number 2, the linebacker. Marcus Correct. He came and just filled the hole.
2nd and 8 for the Blue Raiders. And in an I formation with Riddick and Kane. Slots to the near side. Hand off to Riddick. Riddick looking for some running room. And is going to pick up about 2 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. Not sure how much Woodbridge has been in 3rd and 6 this year, Jordan.
Yeah, that was a good push up front by Milford's D-line. They just stuffed it up when Riddick tried to run up the middle.
And one thing we notice is the quarterback Haynes doesn't pass a lot. But when he does, he's pretty effective.
Yeah,
so
he's a lefty, so he can throw the ball pretty good.
3rd and 6 here for the Blue Raiders, and we're going to have a motion. That's number 10, Mike Brewer, and it looked like he was getting ready to run a little slant there, and he was ready to hop and go. So that's going to take it back. 3rd and 11, kind of what we call that the drive stopping penalty.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you have a penalty the first drive, especially on a 3rd down, key down, I mean, that can kill your whole momentum.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Blue Raiders. Now, correction, they're going to be moving from right to left. Look like they may have turned around after the toss when I looked away. So here we go. 3rd and 11. Haynes comes up under center. Double slot to the near side. Fakes the toss. Hand off to Kane. He's got some running room off the right side. And he's down the sideline. 1 guy to beat. And that's going to be touchdown. No flags. 64 yards. And that's the guy we talked about was an impact player tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he just threw up the ball in the air with a little counter fake, and he made the defense go all the way to the side.
So Jamon Kane, the sophomore. Woodbridge strikes first. And on the kick, number 80, Chris Albury. And this Woodbridge crowd is getting excited here, Jordan.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to be short. So our score with 10:21 to go here in the first quarter, Woodbridge 6, Milford 0. Folks, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We
They're looking for a
have great
pass.
menu specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar.
And welcome back to Greenwood, folks. Woodbridge strikes first. They're up 6-0. And Jordan he said at the break, man, that's an old Woodbridge Pop Warner play they ran there.
Yeah, we should run that little counter play back to Pop Warner. I guess they brought it up to high school with it.
Looks like Milford may have relaxed a little bit on defense there, and looks like we're going to have a flag on Woodbridge. Somebody crossed the line. 2 penalties already for the Blue Raiders. But the last one didn't hurt them. They moved back 5. They go 3rd and 11. And the guy we said is going to be one of the impact players, Kane, comes up big with a 64-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, I mean, on 3rd and 11, not really expecting Woodbridge to pass the ball or run the ball, but they did. It kind of screwed them off a little bit.
Albury here to kick. Looks like they have a left-footed kicker here, too. And kicks it low on the ground. Hits Hovington, pops up in the air, it's rolling around. And picked up by Hovington. He's going to be taken down inside the 30, about the 25. And Jordan, you got to be careful with that ball bouncing around.
Oh, yeah, that squib kick popped right up. That ball could have been in. Number 17, Styles, he made a really good play, getting down, hustling down there, making the tackle.
So Milford takes over 1st and 10. Looks like they're going to spot it about their own 39-yard line. And the Bucks will take over in their first crack. Pistol formation, 2 backs back, Hovington the deep back. And it's going to be Hovington up the middle and gets about a yard, just a whole host. And that there, we saw the Woodbridge linebacker step up there, Jordan, and meet the play at the line.
Right, this is how you're going to have to play this player. I mean, he's a big load. You're going to have to gang tackle him. He's a big boy. Everybody's going to have to be at the ball to play for him.
2nd and, we'll call it 8 for the Milford Bucks. Pistol formation. Split by both sides. Kimmel in the shotgun. And looks like he's back to pass. Throws one up and not on the same page. He's looking for number 2, Marcus Correa. And Correa stopped his route. Not sure what we had there.
Yeah, a little miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver. He looked like he was about to run a hitch. The quarterback thought he was running a fade.
I tell you who he had right in his chest was number 3, Antoine Holden.
Yeah, he played that really good right there. He was right on his hip the whole time. And really giving a separation.
So we're going to bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Bucks. Pistol formation with 2 backs in the backfield. Kimmel looking over the defense. Steps back, 3-step drop, looking down the left sideline. And overthrown, but we have a flag on the play. And it must have been some contact on the far side.
Didn't really see anything going on there.
Look, they're just running. And it's going to be a pass interference on the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. 15 yards, 1st down. So that's going to bring up a 1st down. It's going to move the ball across midfield for the Bucks. So a big break for Milford. And Kane was over there about ready to pick that ball off.
Yeah, he was playing safety position in cover 3, looks like. He came over from middle field, made a good play.
Hovington going off the left side. He's got some running room. He's got the 1st down, out of bounds at about the Woodbridge 40. So this is what they're going to want out of Hovington. Milford doesn't want to be one-dimensional tonight.
Yeah, they got to wrap this kid up. He's a big boy. If they let him get loose, he can do some damage to you.
That's going to bring up a 1st and 10 at the Woodbridge 41-yard line. So the Bucks, after the penalty, they're off and moving. Pistol formation with an up back. And it's going to be Kimmel rolling out. He's wrapped up. The other guy we talked about, Lee Styles. What we had to do has to set the edge.
Yeah, Lee set the edge. Really good right there. The quarterback tried to do a little quarterback sneak out to the right. Lee stepped up and made a very huge play.
So that's going to bring up a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 12. Or a long 11 for the Bucks. And we have a stoppage here, timeout. Official timeout. And not sure what that was. Number 3, Holden's coming off. Going in is number 10, Brewer. Not sure what we had there. But here we go. Second and a long 11. Pistol formation. Handoff to Hovington. Hovington's hit at the line. And that was a blitz and Jamon Kane that got through there and took his legs out.
Yeah, Jamon Kane came through the hole and sort of blitz, and he hit his leg.
Correction, that was Kamon Massey. I'm sorry, that's number 9, the sophomore.
Yeah, Massey came through with the blitz and made a very good play. Hit him in his legs. I mean, you can't really hit that kind of player up top.
No.
Hit him down low.
No, absolutely not. That's going to bring up, it gets a gain of about 3. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Buccaneers. Pistol formation, 2 backs in the backfield. Kimmel 3-step drop, looking down the middle, has, Breon Murray open, drops the ball, and I mean, he's going to pick up the first down there, and if he lands just right in stride, he could roll into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta look at the ball all the way in. He had Bolden beat on the post, and that's a big play.
So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 8. And on comes number 22, Kajay Reynolds, and he's the punter for the Bucks. So I don't think they don't want to give Milford the ball, or excuse me, Woodbridge the ball around the 40, it looks like.
Nah, I don't think that would be a good idea. I mean, you need to punt the ball, play defense. I mean, still only 1-score game. So.
And we have another whistle, and it looks like we may have illegal participation. Too many men on the field for the Bucks. Well, you know, in high school football, you tend to get that when you're running guys on off the field late, like you're in a college game. And sometimes those sophomores didn't get the message, didn't get the memo down there on the.
Yeah, Monday that
right.
A lot of laps.
Reynolds on the punt takes the snaps. They style. He shanks it off the left side, and it's going to go out of bounds. Maybe out to about the 40-yard line. We'll see where the referee stops. He's still walking. And out of bounds, so it's going to be about the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for Woodbridge. They lead 6-0. So, you know, great field position for Woodbridge on their second time here.
Yeah, I mean, special teams, it comes down to, punting and everybody doing their job. And, they got good field position out of that shape.
Here comes Woodbridge. 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. And this is going to be Riddick around the left end. That's a face mask. And there's the flag. Yeah, turn it all the way around. That's, hey, Correa knows that. Nothing intentional. It's just he had to get something to stop him, and that's all that was there. And Correa, he's a big kid. You know, he's about, a 6-footer, 6'5", and Riddick's a little guy at about 5'6", so he just kind of reached out, and that's what was left. So, gain of it looked like he got the first down initially on the play, and then he's going to get another 15, so that moves it into Woodbridge territory, inside the 40 to the 39. 1st and 10, Woodbridge Blue Raiders. First, I have to apologize a little bit. We are going to have some freezes on this broadcast tonight. There is very low internet use down here, so we apologize in advance for some of the freezes that we're going to see. We'll try to keep on top of it here tonight. If you would, please look down to the bottom of the screen. Some of our sponsors on Friday Night Football here, Henley Open Conference Game of the Week. Woodbridge leads 6-0, 2nd and 10. And it's going to be a handoff to Riddick. Riddick dances, looking for a hole. Nothing there. And I'll take number 75, Richie Corvell, with the tackle.
Yeah, the Bucks defensive line is playing pretty good so far. Not big runs, except for that first counter play they had on the touchdown. But so far they're going pretty good stuff in the run.
So I pick up about 1 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. And Woodbridge has already been here once. They had a 3rd and 11. And went for a touchdown. So 3rd and 9. Haynes comes up under center. Motion by Holden. And left tackle Ireland moves. And, pretty uncharacteristic of Woodbridge this season. We haven't seen these kind of mistakes out of them. Talk about that a little bit, Jordan.
Yeah, it's a big game, so, a lot of emotions are going right now. These guys, they're trying to play their hardest, and they want to get off the ball and quick snap. And, sometimes you just need to relax and focus a little bit, and them kind of things will happen.
That's going to bring up a third, and we'll call it 15 here for Woodbridge. And Holden, he comes to, Haynes comes to the sideline to get the play, almost every play. So no signaling in the plays here for Coach Manlove. 3rd and 15 for the Blue Raiders. Double slot here to the near side, and he's looking for Holden. He's got Holden down around the 25-yard line, out of bounds at about the 11, and we said he doesn't throw much, but when he does, he's effective, Jordan Westcott.
Yeah, he put a nice ball in there. It's kind of like a wheel around a little bit. That's the kind of plays Bolden can make for him. He's a big play kind of player, and he just made a big play right there.
Well, and that was just a little out and up by Holden. Great pattern, and found himself wide open. 1st and 10, and a flag on the play before the chains are even set. Yeah, so far. That's going to be off-encroachment. Got to go against Milford. But nobody's moving the ball. That was the encroachment sign, correct? Hands on hips? Okay. Unless it was a sideline where I'm not sure what we had there, folks. Here we go. 1st and 10 still for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. I formation. And that's again, number 10, Mike Brewer. He just stepped over the line. Didn't even run into a pattern, just stood up and stepped. So that's going to be back 5, 1st and 15. Like I said, uncharacteristic for Woodbridge, but they're in the lead, so not hurting them too much.
These penalties late in the game, though, they can come back and get you.
Got some scores coming in from the out-of-town scoreboard and our Lewis studio producer, Kristen Mitchell. Smyrna 16, Caesar Rodney 0. And we'll get back to that after this play. Riddick dancing in the hole, nowhere to go, and maybe picked up. And another flag. Now, I'm not sure what we had there. We had a procedure penalty, Jordan, and a 10-yard penalty. We're now at 1st and 20. I'm not sure what we got going on here with the calls. We had the referee signal an offsides. I think he may have meant procedure. That's what he meant. He never signaled the team, so they didn't mark it off. Then I guess they figured they'd just double it on the next play.
Yeah, I think that's what they was thinking right there.
Personal foul against Woodbridge. Personal foul against Woodbridge. And offsetting. And wasted my time. So here we go. 2nd and 10. Nolan Henderson on a 44-yard touchdown hits Will Knight on a 44-yard touchdown. Smyrna's up 16-0. Tower Hill leads Conrad. That's a big playoff possibility there between these two teams. They're ahead 8-6. Cape and Lupin gets stopped on the 5-yard line against Caravel. They missed the field goal 0-0, and Caravel takes over on the missed field goal at the 20. So 2nd and 20 here for Woodbridge. I formation with Riddick deep in the I. Slot to the top of the screen. And a late toss there. That's Richard Massey. Finds some running room. Picks up about, we'll say, 5 or 6 on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 14 for Woodbridge. And on back comes Riddick on the play. So
Number 75, Richie Corbett. He's made a couple of big plays here so far.
yeah, he's a big boy, and he's matched up against the big guy from and how does a kid number 74 Ireland from Woodbridge, how does that guy move from Florida to Bridgeville? How do you find this place? And rolls out, drops back, has Holden open again. Yeah, some contact, but no call on the play. But there's a whistle back at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, hold. That's going to bring up I imagine they're going to climb because that's going to bring up a 4th and 15 for the Blue Raiders. So Blue Raiders, I think that's at least 5, if not 6 penalties already here. We're only in first quarter with 4:19 to go.
I mean, yeah, so far this season they haven't, they had a real test. Not saying, they haven't had a real hard game yet. So.
I got a question here, Jordan. Woodbridge is not going to punt the ball here. So do you trade the down and the shorter yardage, or they're going to decline it? But instead of giving Woodbridge 2 chances to get 15 or the yardage, I guess.
Yeah, I would go for it here too. I mean,
pick your poison, really, I guess. So here we go. Woodbridge 4th and 15, and they're going for it. Like a little wing T formation with slots, and he is rolling out. He's got Kane open. There's a bump and an interception. No flag on the play. Interception, Milford. That's the first turnover for Woodbridge this season.
Yeah, Hayes, he did a little fake toss and rolled out. Just kind of threw it up. That was a good play.
Now the 2 refs are having a conversation. I think they're discussing that pass interference. There was actually a lot of contact. It knocked Kane to the ground. Although I've never seen it happen like this before. So I guess we're calling pass interference here. What are we doing? Okay, pass interference. I do not see a flag on the field. He threw his marker down for the interception, so it looks like the line judge came over and kind of overruled. Is that what you saw there, Jordan?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any further flags or nothing. But
there's no flags on the field. Nobody's picking anything up.
It definitely was pass interference there. There's a lot of contact, so I guess the ref just assumed that we knew.
Right. Yeah, they'll figure it out, right? So that's going to bring up a 4th and 6. Glasgow is up 6-0. They're playing Howard, the defending Division II state champs. At the end of 1 quarter, Cape 0, Caravel 0. 4th and 6 for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. I formation. Holden goes in motion. Toss to Riddick off the right side. Pressure in the backfield. They're not going to get it. That's going to be a turnover on downs. Milford takes over, 1st and 10.
Yeah, good play by the quarterback, replacing the down block by the receiver. Corner came up and made a very good play.
In some other Division II action, Conrad takes the lead. They now lead Tower Hill 14-8 on our out-of-town scoreboard. 6-0 here in Greenwood. All that, there was a whole lot of stuff that went on there, Jordan. About 3 plays, several penalties, and 17 seconds went off the clock. So 4 minutes and 2 seconds to play here in the first quarter. It's been a long quarter, mostly because of the heavy penalties in the game. So 1st and 10 for Milford, pistol formation, Hovington the deep back. And it looks like a little quarterback draw. Oh, hit the line around the edge. Let's see if we can get a number on that. Looked like number 12, Ricky Kane.
That was a big hit.
That was, yeah.
He came up and
Just put the shoulder in and stood over him.
nice hit stick.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd down, gain of 1 on the play for Kimmel. Again, folks, I apologize for the freezes, but we do not have a whole lot of internet to work with down here in Greenwood. And we're actually in what you'd call the suburbs of Greenwood, I guess you'd say. There's woods all around us, folks. So here we go, 2nd and 9 for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. They lead 6-0, clock counting, 3:18 and counting. Kimmel in the pistol. Hand off to Hovington. And he's going to push ahead for about a gain of 3, maybe 4 on the play. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, good stop
He's a load, and he's an athlete. He's also a all-state wrestler. I think 4th in the state last year. So, 220-pounder. He's mobile. If he's wrestling 220 pounds, he's a mobile guy, and they got him in the backfield. 3rd and 5 for Milford at their own 25-yard line. Kimmel rolls out, and Stiles brings him down. Oh, and a whole bunch of hosts, and that's Vessels going in to clean up.
Yeah, good stop by Lee. He didn't bite on the play action.
Well, he fell and then got to his knees and dove again.
Yeah, that was a very athletic play. We talked about him being an impact player tonight, setting the edge. He did a great job on that.
He got blocked, knocked down, back up, and then gets his hands on him, and then big old Shamir Vessels comes in and cleans up. So the Bucks, they're going to punt from about their own 9-yard line, and Woodbridge has blocked, I think, 1 or 2 punts this season.
Yeah, I would think they would bring the house right here.
It was just one guy, Vessels. He got in there, got his hands up. Ball's going to roll around about the inside the 35. So Woodbridge is going to take over at their own 34-yard line. And, folks, we'll be right back after this message.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Matt's Fish Camp is the small local fish joint with 2 locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare and a casual
said the sound's
atmosphere
great
with
now.
house specialties like
I may have had your
colossal
sound down,
lobster
but
rolls,
you
and
said
fried
you
fish
sound good
clams,
right now.
along with crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp, and a daily
Yeah.
selection of fresh caught fish.
Yes, he was
Matt's
going
Fish
to watch
Camp,
that.
serving up
All right,
lunch and
7
dinner
seconds,
7
we're
days
back
a week,
on.
all year.
Locations in Bethany Beach and Lewis, Delaware. See you soon.
And we're back, folks. Woodbridge first play. That's, I believe that's Jamon Kane.
Yeah, for right up the middle, number 5 from Milford.
We have a Woodbridge mama down here in front of us. She's doing the LL Cool J. Wants to knock somebody out.
Yeah, this Woodbridge crowd gets pretty loud.
Yes, they do. Here we go. Gain of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. And it's going to be Riddick off the left side. He's got some running room. He's got the first down.
He just slashed up the middle. It's good vision by him running the ball. He's not a very big guy for running the ball up the middle, but he had good vision. He saw the hole there.
I heard some cowbells down there, Jordan. I know Middletown is big for the cowbell. Don't tell me somebody from Greenville or Bridgeville went out and is there some quiet cow pastures tonight here in Bridgeville? Maybe took one right off a cow and came out here. We are in agriculture country, let me tell you. That's going to be a handoff to Kane. Steps left, moves back to right, picks up a gain of about maybe 3 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, there he goes again, number 75. Ricky Corbin, another stop.
Well, and Woodbridge has their big guy on him, Ireland. He's a 300-pounder. Right now, I guess Corvell's moved down the nose, maybe. Yeah, it looks like he's at nose. And it's going to be a handoff to Riddick, dancing through the hole. Gain of maybe 1 on the play. The number 2 team in the state, Middletown, they lead Appoquinimink in the big Middletown rivalry. 14-0, second quarter. And, folks, that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Your score at the end of 1, the Woodbridge Blue Raiders 6, the Milford Buccaneers 0. You're watching Henley Conference Game of the Week on 302sports.com. We'll be right back.
Soto Concepts is the premier restaurant group in Southern Delaware. We have 8 restaurants, a food truck right here on the culinary coast in Southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On in Lewis and the Villages of 5 Points. Lup Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At Sodo, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Soto Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company, and a food truck.
And welcome back to Greenwood, folks, for second quarter action, 6-0 Woodbridge. Give a shout out to my normal broadcast partner, Sean Brennan. He's in Towson, Maryland, at Towson University with his daughter on a on a visit for field hockey. He'll be back next Friday night. But luckily tonight we have with us Jordan Westcott here in Woodbridge, his hometown. This is where he played. So great to get him here on the broadcast, and we'll have him back again next Saturday. Smyrna goes up 24-0 on the Riders. It's homecoming in Smyrna. So here we go, third and about 3 for the Bucks. Start of the second quarter action here. I'm sorry, third and about 8 for Woodbridge, I'm sorry. As Riddick dances in the hole, gets hit, keeps the feet moving, and he's going to gain, looks like maybe 4 or 5 on the play.
Good ball, Riddick, being patient, keep turning them legs up, and keep trying to get yards and fight for yards.
Now, the first year I did any broadcasting, Tariq Riddick was a freshman at Cape and moved over here.
Yeah, when he transferred here, I didn't really know much about him, but I soon found out he's been a big contributor for Woodbridge.
Yes, he has. 4th and 3 here for the Blue Raiders. Ball on the Milford 13-yard line, I formation. And it's going to be fake, little scissors play. And Riddick's got some running room on the right side. He's inside the 10 to the 5, out of bounds. And taken out of bounds by number 9, Tyrone Matthews. First down and goal, Woodbridge with 11-12 to go here in the quarter.
Yeah, Riddick, he gave a little head fake inside and bounced outside with his speed.
Well, I call it a scissors. A little scissors fake there. He faked to the fullback, come back and hit the halfback or the deep in the eye back going to the right side. And like you said, a little head fake, and then he puts the afterburners on. First and goal at the 5-yard line for the Blue Raiders. 11-12 to play here in the half. Touchdown, Woodbridge. So it looks like Woodbridge is probably going to go for 2 here. I believe that's Kane's second touchdown of the game. The 6s and the 8s. I'm not sure if it was him or we'll find out from our stat man at halftime. I'll tell you that. So Dave Marvel on the stats for us tonight. Does a great job. Woodbridge going for 2. They lead 12-0. And that's Riddick, I believe. 2-point conversion for Tariq Riddick. And the Woodbridge Blue Raiders go up 14-0. And Jordan, we're going to stay right here with the broadcast. This is exactly what Milford didn't want to happen. They did not want to fall behind Woodbridge and turn into a one-dimensional team.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just come in here and turn into a one-dimensional team. You got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to pass the ball. Let's see what Milford comes out here and does right here. See if we continue to run the ball, or they're going to open it up a little bit, with the playbook up a little bit, and start passing a little bit. They're going to eventually have to do something.
Absolutely. They've had some good gains out of Hovington. The passing game just hasn't come around yet. Hovington has kept them in it, and then they get the turnover there, and the short punts have hurt them. And Woodbridge has had great field possession all game. So 11:06 to play here in the second quarter. Woodbridge to kick off, and like we said, Woodbridge. I mean, you see Brock Keeler, the linebacker, in on the kickoff team. So.
Special teams that can come down and one play to change the game.
And that's taken by number 88, Chris Simpson, and he's going to go out of bounds across about the 27-yard line where Milford would take over. 1st and 10, there's a guy by the name of Bobby Bowden down at Florida State, and he emphasized special teams when he was at Florida State, the second winningest coach in NCAA football. So, that was just that was his game. He thought that was as important an aspect as the offense and the defense.
I mean, even at Western, Coach Nathaniel, he emphasized special teams so much. I mean, that is very important to the football team.
So here we go. Milford takes over. 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. They trail 14-0 in the big Henlopen Conference showdown. Battle of the Undefeateds, and that's Kimmel looking to pass. Knocked down by number 15, the junior, KJ Mosley. Wow, he almost comes up with a big pick there.
Yeah, that was a good play by him reading the quarterback's eyes. He saw that he was trying to pass it back. When he stayed home, too, he didn't try to just run out of there, stayed home, and got back to the hook to the curl and made a great play.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. And, that's twice now they've gone to that slant. That one wasn't quite as wide open as the one we saw earlier in the game. And then KJ comes out of nowhere and almost picks it off. So here we go, 2nd and 10 for the Milford Bucks. They're at their own 27-yard line. Kimmel's in the pistol, trips to the top of the screen, and it's going to be a handoff to Hovington. Looks like a gain of maybe 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. So it's like we said, Jordan, they're not going to be one-dimensional.
Just gonna have to, trust the quarterback to make some plays tonight. I don't think we can rely on Hudson all night.
Third and 8. For Milford, they're about their own 30-yard line. Kimmel rolls out to the right. He's under pressure from Stiles again. Throws one deep. He's got Brian Murray. Brian Murray wide open and dropped on the sideline.
By the quarterback, he rolled out, escaped the pressure. Just like we were talking about tonight, he has to set the edge, and he didn't set the edge right there and let the quarterback get out. That receiver caught that pass, that was a touchdown.
Brian Murray upset at himself. He was wide open. He went over and did the Odell Beckham to the kicking net. He was very upset with himself after dropping that pass. He had got some separation, and it looked like the Woodbridge defender just got lost in that. I think he may have been looking to stop the run. So that's going to bring back Kajay Reynolds on to punt it away. 4th and 7. And very little pressure. It's going to be taken by Holden. And he's just waiting for his blocks patiently. Coming down the right side. Makes a move. Stays in bounds. Oh, no, they whistle him out of bounds. He's shaking his head. No, I wasn't. But that was an athletic play. I liked his patience. He caught the ball and waited for his blocks to. I mean, he stood there and literally stood there and waited.
I mean, he's a quick athlete, so he's going to make up for his speed for himself.
And you got to remember, he was the quarterback last year to start the season.
He's an athlete. He's quick takes fire. He's on that sideline.
One thing I noticed about this Woodbridge team is they have a big line. Their backs aren't that big. They're little guys, but they get the job done, and they don't fall down on the first hit.
These guys are quick, and some of them run you over, some of them get you with their juke moves or their head fakes, and they're making some plays.
So we have a timeout. Milford again, excellent field position for the Blue Raiders. Coach Manlove, even with all the mistakes they've made tonight, he has to be happy with what's going on here.
Oh, yeah, I mean, anytime you have penalties like that, you're shooting yourself in the foot constantly, it drives the coach crazy. But yeah, I would say he would have to be happy tonight with all the penalties they had.
So coming in off the timeout, I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Robert Baker of Bishopville, Maryland. He doesn't have a business. He just donated money to help our cause, to help get us this broadcast tonight. Mr. Robert Baker, Bishopville, Maryland. Also, Mr. Richard Massey going out and helping us pick up some sponsors in some Astros games. Holden rolls out and overthrows Tyreek Riddick on first down. And please stay with our bottom of our screen, as some of these people that help us out and help us bring this podcast to you. 2nd and 10 here for the Blue Raiders. They lead 14-0 here. Tower Hill now 22-14. That's a back and forth game. Playoff implications. Riddick going off the left side, runs into his own man, and then just a gang of Milford tacklers, and that's going to be a gain of maybe 2 on the play.
They pretty much stuffed the run up the middle so far. I mean, Riddick had that one nice run up the middle. But I like Riddick Riddick's patience, how he's trying to follow his blocker and he's not trying to keep running outside. He's trying to get north and south. So I like that scene.
Again, folks, I apologize for the freezes, but we're doing the best we can with the internet service available here. Third down, and I believe that was Kane pushing ahead. Gain of maybe 2 on the play. And we're going to call it 3. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. And 3rd and 5 for Woodbridge. That's still a running down.
Yeah, it's still running down. We saw him get a 3rd and 11 on the counter. Let's see what they do here. Let's see if Milford's going to be just looking for the pass and they're going to read their keys and play the run too.
So it's going to bring up a 4th and 5 here. I formation. And there's going to be a flag. There's going to be motion on the backfield just as they run that counter and get the first down, but there's going to be motion on Woodbridge. Both the fullback and the tailback moved on that play. So that's going to bring up a 4th and about 9, 4th and maybe 10.
Yeah, I mean, these penalties, they're big on our area now.
Right. I mean, we got to be talking close to a dozen penalties on Woodbridge, and they lead 14-0.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be the emphasis at halftime, to stay focused and limit these penalties.
Look, the coaches are talking about stance down there. So one of the coaches about the 40 actually getting in a stance as he looked out to the huddle. But you know, Jordan, sometimes in any sport, baseball, I don't care what it is, you got to take a practice, go back to the basics sometimes. Work on those stance, work on those little things. Here we go, 4th and 10 for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. And Woodbridge goes to the pistol. Holden drops back, looks for man. He's got Massey, and he's in the end zone. Number 6, Richard Massey, on a 38-yard touchdown strike. And we said he doesn't throw a lot. I'm going to say it again, but he's effective when he does.
Yeah, number 6, Massey, basically outran the corner. Ran down the field, with the speed, caught the ball, looked the ball in, caught it, and scored a touchdown. That corner, he got to lean on. You can't play the ball, you got to play the pass.
Right, absolutely. He stopped and played the ball, and it was just fingertip away. So now back, Albright comes on the kick. Woodbridge now up 22-0. 8:07 left to play here in the half. And instead a left-footed kicker, left-footed quarterback. Little high snap, gets it up, and it's through. 21-0. Milford, folks, we'll be right back with second quarter action.
So my wife,
I just got a text. You're starting to drift off against this.
Kids classes,
really projecting there.
Fitness class, if you're just looking primarily to get in shape. Obviously, the jiu-jitsu class.
Huh?
Every time I
yeah, what's happening is when you zoom in, you're cutting off.
Just a reminder of all the.
Well, you're cutting off their heads when you zoom in.
Effort that I've put in.
Even if you just watch a class first, you won't know until you try.
I probably won't keep the scoreboard up as much now.
This place is for everybody. Actually, my entire family.
And we're back to Greenwood, folks. 21-0. Well, we got the 21 I predicted so far. I'm not sure Milford can hold them at 21 right now, Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, you guys put a few touchdowns already. I mean, I hope Milford, I hope they come back and give this a game to fight.
And there's the kick. It's going to go to about the 15-yard line. That's number 23, Tymir Riddick. And he got a touchdown last week. He's had to come in and then take a little bit of, when Hovington takes a blow, he's got to take some of that pressure off Hovington so he doesn't have to run the whole time.
Yeah, next man up. I mean, people go down, the next man got to step up. So Tymir, he just come in and make some plays for his team tonight. We just saw he broke the tackle right there and he made a good run back.
Here we go. Pretty good field position for the Milford Bucks. They're at about their own 42-yard line. 21-0, Woodbridge leads. And we're not quite midway through the second quarter. In the pistol, he's got a little short slot here to the near side. And a little counter action. That's to Riddick again. He's wrapped up by Shamir Vessels. No gain on the play. And now Shamir's got to be careful here. He's letting them know about it. He's just got to let his play do the talking.
Yeah, Shamir made a great play right there. He came up and made the play, wrapped up, and everybody else was there to make the play.
Give them a gain of 1 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line, their own 43-yard line. And we have a whistle. And we've had almost like a field hockey game.
Yeah, we heard a lot of whistles.
Yes, we have. Got to fix Shamir's shoulder pad. So here we go. 2nd and 9. And it looks like Milford's going to the eye. Kimmel comes up under center. 2nd and 9. And it's going to be a handoff to Hovington. He fumbles it, and there's number 7. Blaze Rayford. Blaze Rayford, he is a impressive-looking athlete. You know, I saw a picture of him with just without his pads, and he's a specimen.
Yeah, he's an athlete. He plays basketball too, and he's good at both. He plays DN, and he makes plays.
For you Division II folks, Caravel and Cape 0-0 at the half. William Penn Sally's 0-0 at the half. So we've got some Week 8 great high school football games out there, Jordan Westcott. Thanks for joining me here on 302sports.com as we bring you the Henley Conference game of the week. And Milford looks a little bit confused about what they're doing right now. Guys looking at guys. And timeout, Milford. So we noticed they were a little unsettled coming out of that huddle. Couldn't quite figure out what they wanted to do. So Coach Strickland takes a timeout. And a little bit of that Caravel score, I think that kind of a Caravel win. Personally, I don't care if Woodbridge is number 1 or not. I think that helps them because you don't want to play a Caravel in the first round, I don't think. I mean, Caravel's a pretty solid football team. They're hot right now. They had their 3 losses early, you know, and I think if you're Woodbridge, you want them late rather than early, don't you think?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the first game in the playoffs is kind of like a test and a warm-up game, and kind of want to get you guys ready for the playoffs. So, yeah, Caravel, that's going to be a tough matchup if Woodbridge does have to face them in the first round.
Glasgow's up on Howard 12-8. Glasgow undefeated. They lead the Blue Hen Flight B right now, or they're tied with St. George's. Smyrna 32, Caesar Rodney 7, and this is not your normal Caesar Rodney season. I'd say Jordan 0-7 going into the night. They pick up Smyrna in week 8. They got to hope their best chance for a win is next week against Polytech. And just not. I don't think we're used to saying that.
Yeah, I mean,
Caesar Rodney 0-7.
Yeah, I've played with guys from at Wesley that's Caesar Rodney. Noah's been good. So.
It's just a down year. A lot of new coach, second-year coach Dan Candeloro, just trying to get things together. So here we go, back to the pistol on a 3rd and 7. Kimmel short drop and overthrows his man over the middle. He was in triple coverage. Only one guy wasn't covered, and that was number 8, Breon Murray.
Yeah, and there was a lot of pressure from Shamir and EA right there on the ends. The quarterback saw him coming, and he just kind of threw it up.
With this Woodbridge team, you don't get a lot of time to go through your progressions. Like I said, their linebackers have 0 sacks this year, but their front 4 have 22.
Yeah, they're getting to the ball this year. And for any defense, I mean, that's what you want. You want your defensive line to get to that.
Wouldn't you have loved to have played linebacker where you didn't have to blitz? You know.
That would be great.
On the punt, Kajay Reynolds, high snap, gets it down, and Vessels tries to get to it. And that's number 3 again, Holden. Breaks some tackles and moves out to about the 45 to the 50. Spin move, stiff arm, a little bit of everything. He's wide open. It's a race down the sidelines. Antoine Holden, the former quarterback. He goes 75 yards on a punt return.
You see his athleticism. He was a special player. This guy is like a intangible brand. He can take it to the house anytime.
Yeah, it says a lot about this kid. He was the star. He was the quarterback last year. Went down on a knee injury, came back, and he became the wide receiver and the punt returner. I think that's his 3rd return for a touchdown this year. That says a lot about that young man as a kid.
Right. I mean, it was a blessing in disguise. He had an injury, came back. He's an athlete. And so, playing quarterback and then going to play wide receiver. That's been good for him.
I think he's what we call a team player. Right, Adbury on the kick. And it's blocked by the Milford front line. So we're going to go to a break, folks. Your score, Woodbridge 27, Milford 0 with 5 High School Game of the Week on 302sports.com.
Apparently my commercials are bleeding through. The voice is bleeding through on my commercials, so I got to turn the sound down.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Matt's Fish Camp is the small local fish joint with 2 locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare and a casual atmosphere with house specialties like colossal crab cakes, lobster rolls, and fried Ipswich clams, along with crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp, and a daily selection of fresh caught fish. Matt's Fish Camp, serving up lunch and dinner 7 days a week, all year.
Locations in Bethany Beach and Lewis, Delaware. See you soon.
One of our sponsors I'd like to thank is Sodell Concepts, Scott Kammerer. He's going to sponsor us through the wrestling season, too. Be coming up. And that ball's going to roll down to about the 10 to 9 yard line. Picked up by number 88, Chris Sampson. Breaks the tackle, goes up the middle. Chased down from behind by number 10, Mike Brewer. And that's going to bring up we have a flag on the play. Pushed in the back, Milford. So not great field position, and now worse field position.
They're getting some penalties, and that's not the time to get penalties right now. 27 to nothing.
Early on, it was Woodbridge with a ton of penalties, and now Milford starting to pick them up and picking them up at the wrong time. So 27 to 0 here, 5:50 to go in the half. I expected with the stars out from Milford that Woodbridge could maybe win comfortably in this game, but wow, they might go into halftime comfortable. Yeah, absolutely. So the ball at about the 8 yard, their own 8 yard line. Milford with Kimmel in the pistol. Hand off to Hovington. Whoa, hit and goes up in the air. Like number 15 on that tackle again, KJ Mosley. Yes, he did. And that's what that front line, that front four allows you to do. They allow your linebackers to move free and make that hit because they don't have that responsibility of making the sack now.
I mean, yeah, playing linebacker, all your tackles come from your defensive line. They're there to protect you. So if your defensive line's doing their job and you're free to run, make plays, it makes things a lot easier.
And we talked about Jordan. I asked him earlier what it'd be like to not have to put to blitz. He was a star linebacker at Wesley College. The Wolverines. Kimmel takes the snap, moves up the middle, pushing the pile, and he's going to gain about 8 or 9 on the play. Yeah, just a little delay, little quarterback draw maybe, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and call it a long one for the Milford Buccaneers. This Milford has a big interior line too, at least that right side of it. 4:29 and counting for the Bucks, 3rd and 1. I formation. And it's going to be a quarterback sneak on a quick count. And it looks like they're going to have it. Gain of about 2, maybe 3 on the play. 1st down, Milford Buccaneers. And I think they got to take this 4 minutes, Jordan. I think they got to drive down the field. I think they need to get a score. You don't want to go in against the number 1 team in the state down 27-0 at the half.
Yeah, I think you got to get a score here. I mean, it's a momentum thing. So they got to get some kind of momentum going here. The score would be big for them.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line for the Milford Buccaneers. Number 4 team in Division 2. Woodbridge, the number 1 team in Division 2. This is the Henlopen Conference Battle of the Undefeated. We got Murray open, and there's going to be a flag on the play. A little bit of hand fighting, but that's going to draw the foul. And Jordan's throwing his hands in the air. A little bit of Woodbridge came out of him just then, but a little bit of hand fighting I thought there. Maybe there was a hold that we just couldn't see. We're not down there.
I mean, there's a little hand checking going right there. Sometimes, as a defensive player myself, I kind of tend to, want to let that kind of stuff go.
Right.
I see from the offensive side where they think the penalty at it. He was touching it before the
and well, the way the rule reads in high school football, it reads contact while the ball's in the air. So, a little bit looked like it was a little bit going both ways. The flag goes against Woodbridge. 1st down for Milford at their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Double slot. They got an empty backfield here. Kimmel alone in the shotgun. Three-step drop. Launches one down the right side and gets Correa turned around there. I think Correa was looking left shoulder and he threw it right shoulder.
Yeah, good coverage by Boulder. He was originally step for step there. I mean, even if he did catch him, probably would have been there for the tackle. So good coverage and good pressure by the D-line.
Now, Antoine Bolden, he has played a heck of a game all over the field. Special teams, defense. He's had some plays on offense. He had the big touchdown, or the big catch to lead to a touchdown.
Yeah, this guy, he's a home-run athlete. He's a special player.
And folks, each game we have a player of the game, and right now we got to be looking at him and maybe Kane. We'll see as the game goes on. First or second and 10 for the Milford Bucks. Empty backfield. Three-step drop for Kimmel. And a little slant to Covington. And Brock Keeler gives him a little shoulder to the chest there as the ball goes out of his hands.
Yeah, he was there on the pressure too. Brock Keeler, guys coming across the middle like that, you got to let them know. You can't be doing that.
Right. You talk about last year, talk about injuries. Last year, Woodbridge made it to the semifinals. They were in it in the first half, and they got bit hard by the injury bug last year. They had lost Keeler for the year. They had lost Holden for the year. So they know what it's like to play late in the season with some key guys out.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you lose people like that, that's going to definitely affect how you run the team and having chemistry around you. So losing them guys.
Keeler was one of the sorry, folks, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with the audio here. We're going to try to get it fixed. Anyways, back to what you were saying. Three of the he was a freshman last year, and he was one of the top 3 tacklers on the team. I think he went out like week 6 or maybe week 7. Or, it was something late, and I know he didn't play the Milford game last year.
Yeah, he's a special athlete, too. He plays baseball, too. He can hit the ball. He's a big, stocky, husky kid. He makes a lot of good plays for his team.
So we got a timeout. I did not see who called the timeout because there was a knock at the door. Milford called the timeout. I think that's going to be their last one of the half. I think that's their third timeout. They had the one where the one they probably didn't need to take, where they just could not get lined up. There we go. 3:41 to go here in the half. Milford 3rd and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Pistol formation, and he's looking to follow Covington. Kimmel cuts it inside. And they continue to go out of bounds.
Good game tackling by the Raiders there. Everybody took the ball. I don't know. They thought the Raiders were going to be fooled by that quarterback sneak. Fourth and 4 now. Let's see what the Bucks do.
4th and 4 for the Buccaneers. They're at their own 41-yard line. They trail 27-0. Heading into halftime, 3:29 to go. And again, some confusion. I believe they're out of timeouts. There's just been a lot of confusion coming out of the huddle for the Buccaneers. So we got a stack formation on the far side. Flags on the play. And under pressure. And that's going to be a sack. Keeler. Thomas.
There's a couple penalties there. I think it was offsides.
Yeah, one's going to be a procedure. Flags all over the place. So we'll see if the referees sort it out. And I guess they're going to decline both penalties. Woodbridge ball. Jordan, do you take one more shot?
Yeah, I think you can here. I mean, you got 3 minutes left. There's a lot of time left. So I think they definitely can put another one in the end zone here.
Hand off to Riddick. Nowhere to go. bounces it back to the right side. There's going to be a hold on that play as the flag goes down right in the middle of the field. I don't think there's anything else called there but holding or face mask when the flag falls down there.
Right. I mean, Woodbridge, I don't know, that's probably the fifth or sixth penalty there. And they're just kind of shooting herself in the foot. Back.
So it's going to be a hold, moving back 10. That's going to bring up a first. And the hold must have been the bad. That's going to bring up first and 20 for the Blue Raiders. And Woodbridge goes to the pistol formation. Hand off to Riddick, runs right in and spins out of the hands of number 70, Nicholas Carlino. And gain of about 2 on the play. Boy, Jordan, he just ran right into him and spun right away.
Yeah, that was a good effort by him. I mean, he got out of that first tackle. And as a running back, you gotta break that first tackle. So that's what he did. And he didn't really get much yards, but that was a good effort.
2:44 to play and counting here. Woodbridge leads 27-0. Going into the half. And pistol formation, slots to both sides. Short drop for Holden. Looks down the middle of the field. And picked off by number 8, Breon Murray. And we said Woodbridge came in with no turnovers and 2 interceptions tonight.
Yeah, I mean, number 8, he just made a really good play right there. He read that quarterback. He played the ball. He went up and got it at the highest point. Good play by Breon Murray.
So this is something in the next 3 weeks that Woodbridge is going to have to fix. They came in with no turnovers, and now they got boom right off the bat. They got 2 this game, and they both been interceptions. So they're going to have a passing game going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely got to have a passing game. You can't just run the ball all the time because they're just going to load the box on you. So I'm sure Coach Manlove will get with Troy and they'll work that out.
1st and 10 for Milford at their own 20-yard line after the interception. Short stack here to the near side. And Milford's kind of throwing everything at him here tonight. And it's going to be a counter with Murray going back the other way. He's got some running room. He's got the first down, breaks the tackle, goes out of bounds. And we have a flag back around the first down marker.
Yeah, that play was similar to Woodbridge's first touchdown with that little counter play.
Yeah, with the first touch they ran the counter out of the backfield. That one came a little bit off the wing, I believe. That Korea was out on the wing in that little short stack they had. So we'll sort out the penalty with 2:13 to go here in the half. Woodbridge a commanding 27-0 lead. And we both picked Woodbridge to win, but I don't think we thought it was going to be this easy in the first half at least.
Nah, I didn't either. I thought this game was going to be a little bit more competitive than this one.
So that penalty is going to be, I guess, against Woodbridge. Not much on signaling the penalties here tonight, are they?
Nah, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, they waved it off. So they waved the penalty off. Tatnall looking to get in the playoffs. They lead McKean 36-0 on our out-of-town scoreboard. 1st and 10 for the Milford Buccaneers. Kimmel out of the pistol. He's looking down the right side. Got Korea open. First down. And these 2 big bookend wide receivers for Milford.
Made a very athletic catch. He caught the ball and got hit. And I thought he was going to drop it. He held on to it, though.
Great. I think both those guys are basketball players, too. I think I've seen their names in the basketball box score. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Milford Buccaneers. They're in the Woodbridge territory. Tower Hill style, starting to pull away from Conrad. Short drop, throws it down the left side. There's some contact, no flag, and there's the late flag.
I thought that was incidental contact.
Yeah, I thought they kind of were crossing. They ran into one another, but that guy that threw the yellow flag gets last say on it.
Big break from Milford.
Another big break. Milford looking to score. 1:43 to go. They trailed 27-0. We said this is a drive that they just might need to score on.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're about to go in the half down 27-0, any points is good.
So mark off the 15. First down for the Bucks. They're at about we'll call it the 37-yard line. And we have a timeout Woodbridge as Jed Bogel's on the field, and he wants to get things straightened out.
Yeah, I'm sure they were going to take that timeout, get these guys calmed down and refocused up.
Minute 43 to go here, folks. At the half, we're going to have Woodbridge Superintendent Heath Chasnoff. He's also a Woodbridge guy. He's also a Woodbridge alum. We're going to talk about this this Woodbridge football team, the excitement they've brought to the school and the community. And then we're going to have Mr. Chasnoff talk about everything Woodbridge. So we're in Greenwood, Delaware, as we said earlier, the suburbs of Greenwood, Delaware. We are literally surrounded by fields and woods, folks. But we got enough signal to get some juice out tonight and bring you this Henlopen Conference match of the battle of the undefeateds, the Milford Buccaneers and Woodbridge Blue Raiders, both 7-0. And we said earlier in the broadcast, Woodbridge, the only Henlopen South team not to win a state title. And they're looking at this year. They are the #1 team in the state.
Yeah, they're looking to make history this year. And I think they got a good chance of doing it.
They were in it for a half in the semifinals last year, and they lost Leah Stiles. And the running of Gary Brightwell at St. George's just took over. So here we go, folks. 1st and 10 for the Milford Buccaneers. Kimmel out of the pistol, looking down that right sideline. He's just going for those matchups.
Good play by Bolden.
Yeah, the Milford sidelines is calling for interference, but that was just pure position by Holden right there.
Yeah, I mean, Marcus, he's 6'5", and Bolden is probably about 5'5", and he just made a very athletic play.
Wow, Appaquiddick, they're hanging with the Cavaliers from Middletown. 14-8, Middletown leads. And we said we haven't had an update. Last we heard, Cape and Caravel tied 0-0 at the half. Pistol formation, double slot to the near side. Kimmel, short drop, steps up, and runs out under pressure, runs to the left. Big hit by Keeler as they go out of bounds.
Good hit by Keeler running sideline. You see that quarterback run out like that, you got to step up and make the play, and he did.
That's going to bring up a second. He gets a gain of about, we'll call it 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Gets out of bounds, stops the clock. Minute 25 to go here. And just when I say that, the stick moves back, so he's going to be able to pick up about 3. Smyrna 40, Caesar Rodney 21. Smyrna Eagles, they're looking for their 2nd state title. They want to be the first Henlopen Conference team to ever repeat in Division I. No team has done that in Division I in the Henlopen Conference. Minute 25 to go here. 2nd and, it's going to be a 3rd and 7 for Milford. Pistol formation, and it's going to be a counter coming back with Breon Murray, and he's wrapped up at number 7, Blaze Rayford.
Yeah, Blaze, he made a great play, but the one that really made a play was number 8 by sitting out there and setting the edge and making him cut up.
Number 8, we talked about him for more, Jamon Kane. We said those 2 guys were the impact players for Woodbridge tonight. Not because they're the star players, but they had to step up and be star players tonight.
Yeah, he stayed home, he stayed calm, and shuffled, and made the play. Made him cut up.
Loss of a yard on the play. It's going to be 4th and 8 for the Milford Buccaneers. Trips out here to the near side, and then looks to the lone receiver off the right side, and he's way overthrown. And I thought he was going to intercept that ball, and on a 4th down, probably drive his coach nuts.
Yeah, I mean, Woodbridge, they're just out there playing man-to-man. They look like they got one safety in the middle. They're just saying match up. Let's see who's going to get the win.
Well, and Holden so far, he has taken the inside away. Yeah, he's had a couple penalties on pass interference, but either one of those guys can jump up over him and take the ball away. But he's just getting good position and making them do that.
Right, he's playing very good technique tonight. He got his hand on the hip, and he's leaning into the receiver, and he's making some good plays, offensively and defensively.
41.7 seconds to play here in the half. Woodbridge has the ball. They lead 27-0. And they get the snap off right as Milford's making their switch. And that's going to be Riddick down the right side. Cuts back to the middle. He's got some running room down the sideline. Cuts it back. And they're going to call him out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, between Riddick and Bolden, them guys, they're some pretty good athletes. I mean, you see his stop, move, and cut back. I mean, he can stop on a dime.
And bend over and pick it up.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys can move. They can play. 1st and 10 for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. They've crossed the midfield, 30.4 seconds to go. They're at the Milford 30-yard line, and they're threatening to score again. William Penn and Salesianum tied up at the half in a big Division I game tonight. Holden drops back. He's looking down the right side, tucks it and runs. He's got some running room. He's going to get out of bounds. With the help of number 5, Ryan Jones pushes him out of bounds. Pickup of about, call it 8 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 2 with 23.6 seconds to play here in the half.
Yeah, good play by Troy. He didn't see nothing down the field. And, you know, he's a young quarterback. Some young quarterbacks try to throw it up there, but that's good by him just tucking it and getting what he can get.
The ball's on about the 22-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and call it a long 2 or 3. Pistol formation. Haynes short drop. He's got a man open. That's number 10, Brewer. That's his favorite target. Makes a move back to the middle. They're going to get a timeout here. And they do with 15.6 seconds to go. Woodbridge gets a timeout. They're going to have a first down. And Brewer has been his man all season. That's his favorite target.
Yeah, that was a good play by him. He ran a simple hitch route. I mean, the defenders with 30 seconds left, they're probably thinking, you know, they're trying to go to the end zone real quick. But that's a good play call by Manlove by just throwing a simple hitch route.
Coach Ed Manlove, formerly a Laurel coach, and he also he came out of the Middletown system. He was an assistant in Middletown under Bill DiNardo for years. Came down to Laurel, and then Woodbridge snatched him up, and he's got him in number 1 team in Division II this year. Yeah, and they made a run last year.
Yeah, he's done a great job with the program.
Folks, I'm Benny Mitchell. With me, Jordan Westcott on the camera, Trey Mitchell. And on our stats, Dave Marvel, 302sports.com. We have 2 games going tonight. We have William Penn and Salesianum with our upstate crew, and then the south crew. We got this one for you, the Battle of the Undefeateds. As Woodbridge comes in off the timeout, 15.6 seconds to play. They lead 27-0, 1st and 10 at the Milford 13. And it looks like Jordan Milford's playing a little soft here off the ball. Holden tucks, runs, pulls up. Incomplete pass intended for, looked like Brewer. And intended for Brewer. Broken up on the play by number 10, or no, number 18, Tyron Mifflin. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 with 10.5 seconds to go.
Yeah, they're going to have to take a shot here at the end zone. I mean, timeouts left, so.
And with them playing soft, I tell you what, sometimes a shot could be a counterplay or a little toss to Riddick.
Yeah, I mean, when you got athletes like Woodbridge does, anybody just catch the ball anywhere, score from anywhere.
Pistol formation, Holden under pressure, has a man open as Riddick. Corrected, that's Holden. And they're going to get a timeout with 2.6 seconds to go. He doesn't get the first down. Looks like a pickup of about 8. And Holden just went vertical and pulled that ball down.
Yeah, that was a good play by him by going up there and catching the ball at the highest point.
So Woodbridge takes their last time at halftime. Well, Woodbridge Superintendent Heath Chasnoff. We're going to talk about this excitement coming to the area, the Greenwood, Bridgeville area, as well as everything Woodbridge School District. Small, for you folks upstate watching, small little community down here, tucked away in western Sussex County. And if you haven't seen a field, come to a Woodbridge football game. You'll see plenty of them. As I drove in, I saw live animals on school property.
Yeah, I think with the new school, they got an agricultural part.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll hear a little bit about that at halftime.
A lot of future farmers.
I wonder if they make their own eggs for the cafeteria. We'll find out at halftime when we talk to Heath Chasnoff. So here we go. 3rd and 4, 2.6 seconds to go. Holden takes a shot. It's the Antoine Holden with a touchdown from number 10 or number 4, Troy Haynes. And the Blue Raiders has just got things cooking.
Yeah, Antoine, he just used the speed right there with a simple out route. Probably gave a head fake in and bounced out, and the ball was there. That was a good throw by Troy too, and just ran up the sideline for a touchdown.
33-0. I picked Woodbridge to win. I didn't pick Woodbridge to blow them out. Let me tell you, this has been a performance here by the Woodbridge Blue Raiders, despite all those early penalties, folks. So here we go. Going for 2 here. Haynes from the pistol, and there's the flags. He comes right up over his back.
Looks like a pass interference.
Yeah, pass interference on Sampson. He came right over the back of number 6, Richard Massey. And I also, as I say, Richard Massey, I want to thank his dad for picking up some sponsors for us tonight. Number one, we talked about Robert Baker of Mitchellville, Maryland. He doesn't have a business to sponsor. He just said, hey, here's some money. Get that live stream going and support these high school football kids. And I want to thank Richard Massey for helping out 302 Sports. Double slot, pistol formation. Riddick, the deep back, the lone back. And it's going to be a toss to Riddick. Nowhere to go. Breaks the tackle. Stays on his feet, but just brought down right at the goal line. So, folks, when we come back, Superintendent Heath Chasnoff, your score at halftime, the Henlopen Conference Game of the Week. Woodbridge 33, Milford 0. Folks, we'll be right back in about 3 minutes.
Plate Catering, the catering division of Sodell Concepts, where we're doing beautiful, simple foods for you. We can accommodate intimate affairs or larger parties anywhere from 1 to 800. We can go anywhere in a 50-mile radius of our location, be it on the beach, in your home, on a farm, at any venue, including the Indian River Life Saving Station, which you'll see later in our clip. You can choose from a pre-designed, chef-driven menu where we keep only the freshest and most local ingredients in mind, or we can customize a menu to your liking. Catering. I hope you keep us in mind for your next event.
Folks, we're up here at the half. I'm with Woodbridge Superintendent Heath Chasnoff here to my left, and Heath, there's a lot of excitement with this Woodbridge football team this year. Talk a little bit about what these guys have brought to the community and the school and the district.
Well, when you're in a small community like ours, you usually don't have teams like this that are so deep, and they've had so much success early. We're just hoping they keep it going, and you can see tonight. I mean, not just because it's homecoming, but when you have a winner in a small community like this, there are people I've seen here tonight that I haven't seen in years. They just like to show up and see a winner, and so they're doing coach is doing a great job. Kids are playing great, and it's just exciting. As a graduate as well, I can remember all the great teams that Woodbridge has had,
right.
And so far this team's right up there.
Well, and not just the great team, the excitement, the facilities you guys have put out here. Yeah. This is one of the top booths. If it gets cold, I got heat back here. I've only been to one other press box. That's Smyrna. Yeah, I can get warmed up in here if I need. But the whole setting. You're close to the field. Yep. You got a nice field. I mean, it poured rain here yesterday. got some wind today, and the field's in great playing position, condition. I've yet to be inside other than the auditorium. I'm not seeing the basketball court or anything, but, I mean, when you have these types of facilities and you have this type of team getting things doing, it brings just great excitement to your school.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I graduated in 1987, and even 10, 15 years before that, they were talking about building this school. And we just never were able to get it done. And, 3 years ago we got it done, and we started here, and it's exactly right. The kids are proud of it. The community's proud of it. It's a beautiful school. Everybody involved did a great job, and it's absolute pride. We never had a situation where all of our athletic teams played on the same complex.
Right.
In all the years.
Yeah, Fillmore Clifton Stadium, you had to drive to it.
Yeah, and the baseball field ran through it, and the hockey field ran through it.
Right.
So to have top-notch facilities like this, our kids deserve it.
And I have a little bit of Woodbridge blood in me. My mother actually lives down the road over there. Both Bridgeville grads. Actually, my father, I do a scholarship for my father, Earl Mitchell, played under Fillmore Clifton. So, my family giving a little bit back to Woodbridge School District because, I always grew up hearing Fillmore Clifton stories from my dad. When I talked about that when I did his scholarship presentation, to just hearing those names that I heard as a kid and hearing all the scholarships, and I love going back here and giving a scholarship to a Woodbridge senior every year.
And Fillmore was before my time, but I remember as a kid being Halloween's on Monday. They were the best house to go to for trick or treat.
Right. So let's talk about Woodbridge School District. What's going on in the Woodbridge School District?
A lot of good things. We not just athletics, but academics. We had a tremendous year last year on state tests where we had the highest growth rates in the state in a lot of areas. We grew in every area. Our SAT scores are up. Just a lot of good things. From the athletic standpoint, the thing I'm most proud of is our teams are doing so much better. But our kids are going on to college.
Right.
You got one sitting next to you tonight.
Right.
Who's broadcasting, who not only was, an athlete, but also concentrated on the academics. We got Altia Anderson is playing Division I basketball at Marquette as a freshman this year. And so those are the things I'm most proud of. And even the kids, the kids who aren't athletes that are going on to college. That's what we're about. We need to be making sure that we're providing opportunities. One of the newest programs we have is a manufacturing program that we partner with Seaford School District, with Deltec, with the Manufacturers Association, and these kids are going to come out, work ready, and make $15 to $20 an hour in the manufacturing area. They're not kids that are probably going to go to a four-year school, but they might go to a trade school and keep their academics going. And so we're about opportunities here at Woodbridge, and that's what we want.
Well, the three scholarship people I've awarded to are all still playing Division I sports. That's Willie Davis at Drexel, Sarah Davis at UMass, and Jordy Clark at Chestnut Hill. Matter of fact, before I sent the checks out, I just went and checked and saw that all three are still on roster. So they're still in school, they're still on rosters, and having great opportunity.
And I believe your partner tonight has a brother playing at Del State.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And there's another one, and then Altia as well. So that's the thing. So yeah, we're real excited about the kids coming out and recognize they have opportunities. That's our coach is doing an awesome job. Ed Manlove does a great job with the football program, but he also looks for what's right for the kid going forward, and whether that's getting them into colleges or helping them try to find jobs. And Jed Bell is assistant. He's got a great staff here. It's exciting times. To be a Blue Raider. Really
Manlove was in the finals when he was the coach at Laurel, so that was a great pickup for you guys to get an Ed Manlove as your head coach.
Absolutely. You know what? And he didn't win right away, but for me, whether it's a teacher in the classroom, a principal of a building, or a coach on the field, you need consistency.
Right.
And so you look at the programs that are most successful; they're not changing coaches every 2 years.
Right.
They get a guy in, they trust him. The person's good, and Ed is very good. And you let them do their job. I'm not making calls from the press box tonight. That's not my mode of operation. Ed does a great job, and as all the coaches do down there. So
now, back in the early '80s when I was in school at Sussex Central, you always wanted to get Woodbridge on the schedule and everything but track and field. Back in the early '80s, they were the track team. They were the best track team.
Yep. Absolutely. 1982 was our last state championship as a team district. We've had some wrestlers that win state.
Dominique Pierce last year, the surprise.
Absolutely.
The guy could wrestle the best 30-second spurts of any wrestler in the state last year. He won. I don't know if you know this. He won his last 2 semis, the conference and the states, and his last 2 finals in overtime.
Yeah.
All his last 4 big matches were won in overtime.
Yeah, he's a great story.
Right.
And we're very proud of Dom for what he did last year. But, you mentioned people don't want us on the schedule right now.
No.
And you're right, they did. I joked. I played football in 85, 86. I think we were everybody's homecoming because they wanted to win. I've always joked to people that, by the 3rd or 4th time, they asked us to stay on the field and judge the floats because we were so good at looking at them. We knew better than anybody what was a quality float and what wasn't. So, but no, we're not there anymore.
Now, I mentioned to Jordan as I came in tonight, I make the right turn coming onto Woodbridge Road. There's a farm on this. There was a livestock.
This is Western Sussex County.
Yes,
I mean, you're corn, chicken, cows. That's what you're going to get. And the livestock are ours. And that's another one of our big programs. We have a very strong FFA program led by instructor Karen Breeding. Does tremendous things. Go to the state fair and look at the blue ribbons, and a lot of them are the Woodbridge kids, and so it's important. It's important to kids. And so, and that's a great leadership our FFA program here. I've said time and time again, they grow farmers, but they grow leaders. And that's
something I did not realize because my son went to Caesar Rodney High School. They have a huge FFA program. You're thinking Caesar Rodney FFA. It also leads to veterinarians.
Absolutely. And we've got a couple of kids. That's exactly why they're in there because they're working with the animals day to day, and that's something that either they came in with the interest or the fact that they're working with the sparks the interest. So again, opportunities. That's all we're about.
As we're looking, we're going to turn to it in a little bit. As the cars going around the track, it's homecoming here at Woodbridge, and not only I'm sure you see some faces like you said you haven't seen in 20 years at homecoming. This homecoming, you probably a lot of faces you haven't seen because Woodbridge football's on top again.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody supports a winner.
Right.
It's the best deodorant. And so hopefully we hold on tonight, looking good so far. And then we got Laurel at Laurel next week, and then Delmar again. Hopefully we'll have the same type of crowd against Delmar. Dave Hearn's going to have the boys ready to play.
Dave Hearn tonight, if he wins tonight, they lead 19-7. If he wins tonight, he passes Captain Dick as the all-time winningest Henlopen Conference coach. That's a great honor because Captain Dick was a legend back in the 80s.
Captain Dick's here. He's standing over there on the other side. I just saw him earlier. So yeah, absolutely. Dave Hearn does a great job. So you never overlook a team like Delmar when he's on the sideline.
And like I said, you came up to check on us at the beginning of the progress and the program, and I said if Delmar and Woodbridge are undefeated after next week, we're going to be right back here.
Good.
We're going to bring the Southern Division Championship to the folks.
We'll send some scrapple sandwiches up.
Absolutely. Rappa.
Okay. Rappa. Is there any other?
Well, no, I don't think so, but
I need to know.
Yeah. My grandfather, who I remember living right across from the state police troop. That little road that bears off behind. Okay, it's like the second house. That's where my grandfather. And he was a truck driver for Rappa Scrapple.
Okay.
And I was growing up in Newark at the time. I had no idea what Scrapple was. My parents are, like I said, from Bridgeville. And I'm watching my mom fry this crap in a pan, and then I ate it. And I was like, man, this stuff's pretty good.
That's right.
And
so you go back every day.
And I'll say Rappa's the best, and maybe I should get them as a sponsor for that game because their spices and their Scrapple is just it just makes it, and when you go to a restaurant whether you're eating a Scrapple or not because of the mold.
Yeah.
Because not the mold of the bad stuff,
right.
The molding of how they make the loaf.
Yeah.
A lot of good things going on here in Bridgeville, Greenwood, and when they built this school, I mean, like you said, they talked about it a long time.
A long time.
And
it started back when they consolidated Bridgeville and Greenwood into Woodbridge in 1969, and the board bought the land in 1971. And what they wanted, they didn't want the kids in Bridgeville and Greenwood to be going to the other schools' high school. And so we tried over the years, referendum, to do this, but with the leadership of Dr. Kevin Carson a few years ago, we got the referendum passed, and like I said, moved in. This is year 3.
Right.
So.
I was upstate doing a game, and it's funny because downstate, because I live in the Cape District now, and oh my God, I think they're building 4 schools at the same time right now.
Absolutely.
You guys everybody's building schools downstate, and the people upstate are hoping to renovate.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is, there's no place to put a new school in Newcastle County anymore.
No, and it's a different political climate upstate in terms of trying to pass a referendum. they've got so many opportunities and so many options to go to school up there.
You can't swing a stick without hitting a charter, private, or something.
So it makes it much more difficult, like for my brother in upstate.
Mm-hmm. So everything Woodbridge. Talk a little bit about your elementary schools. You talked about your test scores. Talk a little bit about the elementary schools and Phyllis Wheatley, your middle school.
Yeah. Well, Phyllis Wheatley is now our second elementary school. When we built the high school here, we made Phyllis Wheatley a 3 to 5. So it's interesting. We've got 4 schools, and there are the elementaries and
Superintendent, he thanked for the hospitality and put the whole half.
All the way down.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Back on the field.
The company, a film company, and the management.
No, I picked 21-7.
We believe in beautiful, simple food. We like to develop the people we work with, and at the same time, we have a little bit of a higher mission, and we're trying to make the world a better place. And we have a group of people that every day wake up and they get after it, and they're all focused on one thing, and they're trying to make a great company, and we're trying to make the Culinary Coast a national focus for the United States as a food destination. I think we've done a really good job of that in the past few years. The daily grind at a restaurant can be very difficult. You're dealing with alcohol, food, and people. Those are 3 highly volatile things. So sometimes it's better to have a little bit of a higher calling, a little bit of a higher purpose, that as a group we're trying to get together, stick together, and be about something. And for us, it kind of gets us through the hard seasons and the hard times that we can rely on each other. We have about 150 full-time year-round employees, and then every season we hire, I think this year we hired about 270 people. So we have 270 seasonal people spread out throughout the whole county. And for me, it's great. And some of these people started out as 15-year-old busboys working with us, and now they're lawyers and doctors and business executives throughout the world, and they still come back and they have a relationship with us. So it's been a really nice experience for us that we're so connected to the community, and we can develop people on so many different levels. We want to support the people that we work with. We want all of our employees to have what they need to grow and be professional. And we may open 10 more restaurants. We may open 100 more restaurants. But all we know at the end of the day is we want to stick together, and we have a great group of people, and I'm really proud of them. I'm proud of everybody. This was a really trying year, and it's a testament to the team that Matt put together that we flourished after a tragedy. And the stronger and better we can make Southern Delaware, the better our restaurant group's going to be. Solo Concepts is the premier restaurant group in Southern Delaware. We have 8 restaurants from Lewis all the way down to Fenwick. We have a catering company, a food truck.
We're back thanks to Heath Chasnoff and the hospitality, and I'm going to put Trey Mitchell on the mic right now. And Trey, you've been running the camera for this game, and talk a little bit about, we've seen Woodbridge, we've seen Milford, we rode over here today, we took the 45-minute ride, and we thought this was going to be a good game with Milford pulling ahead because of the Milford injuries. 33-0 at the half. Are you surprised?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I agree with you that Woodbridge would win, but Woodbridge is absolutely bringing it after that first half. I mean, they have brought the intensity up there. It's their homecoming. They want this win. They want the state titles. What they want.
The stats at the half, your score 33-0. The guy that has to that we said had to come in and fill in for Milford, Dominique Covington, 8 carries, 38 yards. He's done his job so far. The stat leaders so far, number 2, Tyreek Riddick, 12 carries, 78 yards. Kane with 2 touchdowns, Jamon Kane, 6 carries, 87 yards. Number 3, Antoine Holden, he's got a pair of touchdowns. He's caught a touchdown pass, and he's got the 75-yard exciting punt return. He's got 3 catches for 42 yards. And number 6, Ricky Kane, 1 catch for 40 yards. Milford, in the passing area, Kimmel, 4 of 7 for 82 yards. Kimmel's 1 of 10 for 15 yards. The quarterback, number 4, Troy Haynes, 4 of 7, 82 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. His first 2 interceptions of the season. And as I say that, my partner, Jordan, you're back. Talking a little bit about the surprise right now of not so much that Woodbridge is winning, how big Woodbridge is winning.
Yeah, I mean, these guys came out strong here tonight, and they're showing that they want to stay undefeated. And, they had a lot of penalties, but they overcame that tonight, and 33-0. So let's see what happens in the second half.
Happy homecoming for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. Folks, I got some updated scores. Third quarter, William Penn 7, Salesianum 0. Salesianum not quite yet in a must-win situation. Just updated. Cape and Lip and Caryville now tied 7-7 in the second half. Tower Hill and Conrad, wow, it looks like a WAC conference shootout, 38-35. Defense optional upstate tonight in the Tower Hill Conrad game. Middletown goes up 21-8 on Appoquinimink. Delmar 19-7 over Indian River. We could very well, I think we will. I mean, if Delmar comes in with just one loss next week, title's still on the line. It could prevent it could cause a 3-way tie. And we're naming our, I don't know if you know that, if you've been around long enough, Jordan, I can't hear the public address announcer, but we're just crowned our homecoming king, and now our homecoming queen here at Woodbridge High School. How many Westcotts have been homecoming king here?
I think only ones have been Trevor and Logan.
Trevor and Logan were the homecoming kings. I talked earlier about, if Woodbridge wins tonight, they're going to party like it's 1999, the little Prince reference in the last time. And you know what? That was so long ago, Jordan. There wasn't even a Westcott on the team.
Nope.
Westcotts didn't come in until about 2002, 2003. Jordan was the oldest of what his mom Sharon calls the Fab Five.
Yeah, it's 5 of us, all athletes, all play they all play I don't play any sports anymore, but
right.
They all play sports.
Well, I've watched you play in college. I never really got to watch Trevor play. I got to coach your younger 3, Logan and Gabe and Lexton in wrestling, and got to watch them grow up. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to put my money on it. When it's all said and done, the most athletic Westcott, it's going to be Lexton.
Oh, yeah, that boy, he can do anything. He plays baseball. He plays baseball year round. And, I mean, he didn't play football this year. He wanted to take a little break,
right.
focus on baseball. But, yeah, he has a competitive
I lost him on the wrestling, man. I kind of figured that was going to happen, but I had him out when he was about 6 or 7. And the best Lexton story is Lexton would, if the wind was blowing from Bridgeville to Georgetown, he would come to practice. And he wasn't great at attending practice, but he picked things up very quickly, and we took him to his first tournament. And Lexton was wrestling this kid that hadn't been beaten all year. He pinned every single opponent. They blew the whistle, and Lexton goes out and pins him in like 20 seconds. And the kid's parents wanted to see his birth certificate. And your mom had to drive from Laurel to Greenwood to prove he was only 6 years old. And then so there was only 2 guys left. And I said, well, after all that, can they wrestle again? But Lexton's just a great athlete. I got to watch him play some Pop Warner. I've not watched him play baseball, but I'm telling you, I've seen 4 of the 5 Westcotts. I know you say you're the best up to now. Logan gonna nose you out playing football at Delaware State. I think he might have the pedigree when it's all said and done. We'll see. But I think everybody in the
Milford's going to do one of two things right now. Throw the ball, try to win, or run the ball and get out of here. I think you're right. Do what now? Yeah, I got to get my, I lost my mic here. My one headset. I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, we're fine with the mic. I don't know what happened with the headset. Yeah, it was down. My wife texted me too. We were down for a little while, but we got it fixed. Did you get my shout out done? Yeah. I don't want to get all upset at me. He's gonna email Jordan some corrections. The guy usually does it. He's a great guy, but he loves himself like he did a while ago. Am I lying, Dave? No, yeah. Loves himself. I started this thing. I made my numbers for my wife again. I started this thing. So we just bring in Gators. I called it Gators X's and O's. And I forgot about it. So I'm talking one night, and we're doing the same thing again. Gators X's and O's written on the thing. Hey, just make sure you're just put your bottom lip above there when you talk. And when you turn your head, it loses you. They're not. These mics aren't the best. I might buy some new headsets. We're getting ready to go back.
Welcome back to Greenwood, Delaware, folks. I'm Benny Mitchell. With me, Jordan Westcott. On the camera, Trey Mitchell. And doing our stats, Dave Marvel. And we're here, and we're a little surprised. I know we were all picking Woodbridge in this game. But Jordan, we talked about it. We're a little surprised at the 33-0 here.
Yeah, Woodbridge's defense, they stepped up tonight. They didn't really allow too many big plays, and Woodbridge is getting all the big plays.
So far tonight, Antoine Holden, he's found the end zone 3 times. Jamon Kane, he's been in the end zone 2 times. And then Tyreek Riddick also in there. Although I have to give credit to Hovington. He's done what he's had to do. 8 carries, 35 yards. He's done his job. He's a third of the way to 100 yards. So,
yeah, I mean, he's running the ball hard, but he's not really a breakaway.
Exactly, he's not a breakaway type player. So here we go. Woodbridge kicking off to start the third quarter, and right at this kickoff, we'll get to some of our thoughts going in here to the second half. Alberry kicks low, floating kick, picked up by number 88. Sampson, and he's tackled out of bounds by number 20, Tron Stones, a freshman. And Jordan, we said while we were discussing at the half, Milford can do one of 2 things here. We talked about it's getting cold. We want this second half to move. Right. They can throw this ball and try to get back in this and win it, or they can run the ball and try to get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I know Coach Strickland. I'm pretty sure he's going to try to pull something out of his hat and get some points on the board. I mean, I think he's going to come out here aggressive.
Absolutely, and Woodbridge only 19 points let up this year on defense. So here we go, the start of the second half, third quarter action. Kimmel in the pistol, Hovington deep, double slot. Correa goes in motion to the far side, and it's going to be Kimmel looking for that quick pass, and just under pressure by number 17, Lea Stiles. Like we said, he had to have a big game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Lea, he's making more plays than Sean Mayer tonight. I don't know if they're double teaming Sean Mayer, but Lea, he's stepping up and he's setting the edge, and he's definitely being an impact player, like you said, Benny. And
I said Kimmel, he hasn't seen pressure like he's going to see tonight from this front 4. And I say, if they may not be the best front 4 in the state, but they're in the conversation, no doubt.
Right, definitely. Their front 4 has played a great season this year.
And still more to go, as we said. Caravel tied up with Cape, a Division I team, 7-7. That could be problems for Cape and Lopen if they drop that game tonight in the Division I picture. So here we go, 2nd and 10. Kimmel, 3 receivers to the top of the screen. He's in the pistol. He launches one up. That's Breon Murray. That looked like a push, but he's going to get away with it. Breaks a tackle and breaks a second tackle, and that's going to be a touchdown. 79 yards. Kimmel to Correa.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe a little push in the back to get that separation, but not called.
Yeah, it was a little push off there, looked like, but hey, he still got to play football, and he made a great play there. And I Coach Strickland, I know him. I know he's going to come out aggressive. He's not going to just lay down.
So Milford gets on the board. They break the 4-game shutout streak by the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. They're on the board, 33-7. And I would imagine they got to start going for 2 to start cutting into this lead. So here we go. No kicker on the field, so they're going to go for 2. Second play of the third quarter, and Milford scores. And I'm sure a lot of other teams will be watching the game film on that. Pistol formation, motion coming to the near side. Goes, reverses it back, Sampson, and it's going to be Kimmel, and he's got him open. Did he get in? Yes, he gets in. 11:37 to go here, and they strike fast, folks. We're going to stay right here with it. And Jordan, talk a little bit about that play down the sideline, and you said Coach Strickland was going to try to get back in it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a simple, just looks like a go route, and the receiver is a little underthrown. The receiver, he just stopped and gave a little push and caught the ball and just stiff-armed the guy and ran down the side for a touchdown. Good play, athletic play.
33-8, Woodbridge leads. Could this be a tale of 2 halves? I know the Woodbridge faithful, they're hoping not. They want to go 10-0, just like they did back in the 1999, right before the turn of the century. So the Bucks line it up to kick. Back deep is the trio, and it looks like they're going to play up a little bit here, Jordan, looking for the short kick. I don't know if it's early enough to onside right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would kick it deep and play defense. Still early.
He gets a little pooch kick, and it's going to be picked up by, that looks like number 8, Jamon Kane. He's got a wall down the right side, cuts it back in, and tackle taken out of bounds by number 9, Tayon Matthews, sophomore. So Woodbridge, they're going to get the ball close to midfield. Looks like about the 46-yard line, and they're going to take over 1st and 10. And I imagine probably going to see a little bit of that ground and pound out of Woodbridge right now.
I mean, yeah, you're up 33-8. You're going to try to run some time and give it to Reddick. And then maybe on 3rd down, go ahead and take a shot with Bolden. Maybe a screen.
So Milford comes to the ball, or excuse me, Woodbridge comes to the ball, 1st and 10. Hand off to Reddick. Got some running room, hit by number 9 again. That's Taylor Matthews. That's a sophomore out there. Looks like playing linebacker.
Yeah, that was a good field by him. Reddick, he had a hole for a second, and he filled it.
It closed pretty quick, so it's going to bring a gain of about, we'll call it somewhere between that's 2 and 3, so we're going to call it 2nd and 7 here for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. We come pistol formation, slot to the bottom of the screen, holding in the slot. And that's a handoff, little belly to Jamon Kane, but he's wrapped up initially by number 72, Gregory Clark, and then just a whole bunch of Milford Bucks get in there and finish up.
Yeah, I think Milford came to play in here in the second half. They look like they're getting some momentum, and they got some fire in their eyes. I'm sure Coach Strickland gave a pretty tough halftime.
Yeah, we said we wanted to come and see how they answered the bell in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 9 for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. And that's going to be a handoff to a fake to Riddick. Counter coming back to Holden, and Holden's close to a 1st down. This kid's having a game, Jordan Westcott.
Oh, yeah. He's breaking tackles. He's spinning. He's juking. He's doing everything.
William Penn scores again. They lead Slazeanum 14-0. And the shootout continues. Tower Hill 46, Conrad 35. That might be another Sally Smyrna. Ended up 56-35 or 40 something crazy last year, or in the 70s. It was something. Yeah, it was like 75-56. It was crazy. So we got another shootout up in Wilmington. And they're going to bring out the sticks for the measurement. We would zoom in, but we can't see the ball. So 10:09 to play. Jordan, let's talk a little bit about if this score holds and Delmar rolls in here in Week 10. You talked about the rivalry that a lot of people don't realize the Woodbridge-Delmar rivalry. It's a huge game.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I played it, we used to have this dinner after the game, and we never beat Delmar when I played for Woodbridge. I think we beat them maybe one year, but it's a game where you want to win because after the game you have a dinner with all the athletes,
right? And
you don't want to go in there and lose it.
And I believe the winner gets the Lions Cup trophy.
Yeah, yes.
I know. I said last year I was doing the Sussex Tech Cake game. We were talking rivalries, and I'll do that again in Week 10. I'll talk about all the Sussex County rivalries. Delmar had owned that series for several years, and I said that when Woodbridge won last year, Coach Hearn was probably going to have to go find the trophy and dust it off. It had been in Delmar for so long. So here we go. 4th and short for the Blue Raiders. And it's going to be a quarterback sneak, and he's going to get a little extra. Big push there, and that's a first down for the Blue Raiders. They're in Milford territory, and they got things rolling here in the second half.
Yeah, I'm glad they decided to go ahead and go for that on 4th and inches. I mean, you don't want to give Milford no momentum, punting the ball and giving them the ball back. So might as well go ahead and try to get that first.
9:48 to go here in the third quarter. 30 for the Blue Raiders. It's fake to Riddick, pulls it out. He's got Brewer open, picked off by number 8, Breon Murray. He cuts back across the other side of the field. Big block on Shamir Vessels. And they go out of bounds about midfield. So Holden with 3 picks on the game, and that was a play that was probably a surprise there passing.
Yeah, I mean, I like the play call of coming out looking like a run and going with the play action, but I just didn't like the throw. He kind of just lofted it up there, and the receiver got to fight for the ball too, though. So
right.
That was a good play by number 8.
I believe that's Murray's at least second, if not third, interception of the game.
I think it's his second pick, and he had a touchdown, that long touchdown run.
And a penalty, probably a block in the back because there was a lot going on down that sideline.
Yeah, I think Milford's they're going to try to get their athletes the ball. Number 2, Marcus, and number 8, Byron. There's some pretty tall wide receivers. See if they try to get them the ball.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line with a block in the back. Milford looking to score again. Get back in this football game. 9:28 to go here in the third quarter. Sampson goes in motion, and he's going to turn upfield just a little early.
Yeah, just a little early. He's probably about 5 yards upfield before he had the ball.
On the snap of the ball. That's going to push it back to a 1st and 15. Glasgow leads the defending Division II state champs Howard 18-8. Glasgow, they had been like they were the Smyrna of Division II, at least in the Blue Hen Conference. They were putting up points tonight. They're only putting up 18, and it continues up in Wilmington. Tower Hill 46, Conrad 42. I'd hate to be keeping stats of that game. Probably need a calculator. 1st and 15. Kimmel lost one over the left side, and great position there by Ricky Kane. I believe Ricky Kane, sophomore? Junior. TJ Kane, a junior.
Yeah, this is a simple fade route. I mean, I don't know if Woodbridge is going to go too deep. It looks like they're just running one safety in the middle, thinking up 33-8. Might
right.
Put two deep
and they've been doing it all game. Milford wants the size matchup, but just these Woodbridge defenders and corners are running with them. They're staying with them and getting that good inside position on them. And then, of course, when you got that pressure, Kimmel's got to release right away.
Yeah.
Here we go, 2nd and 15 for the Milford Buccaneers. They're at their own 24-yard line. Pistol trips to the bottom of the screen. Over the middle, picked off by Brock Keeler. And I don't think Kimmel saw him standing there.
He didn't. Brock, he just read the quarterback's eyes. He just spying the quarterback, and he just jumped right in front of that pass.
Yeah, he was looking for Correa on the play on that little slant, like a little stop slant in the middle. And, I mean, right there in front of him, throws it right in the chest of Brock Keeler.
Yeah, the defense continues to dominate.
So Woodbridge going to take over. Great field position inside the 30 at about the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 with 9:13 to go here in the third quarter. Yeah, they might be Milford might be looking. This could be a semifinal matchup, maybe a first-round matchup. They might want to see what works with 8 teams going into the Division II playoff. Riddick dances around and wrapped up. That's number 2, Correa, and number 46, Hovington.
Yeah, good play by Hovington. He set the edge, and then Marcus, he came up and made a nice hit.
So that's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13 for the Blue Raiders. We're in Greenwood, Delaware, folks. I'm Benny Mitchell with me, Jordan Westcott, 302sports.com. Woodbridge leads 33-8. 8:37 to go here in the third quarter. Little fake to the toss, and then little belly bounce there to Kane, and not really getting outside here in this quarter, Jordan.
Nah, I think they're trying to ground and pound and get this clock down and get up out of here.
Clock running, 8:15 and running. 3rd and 11 for the Blue Raiders. Go back to the I formation with Riddick deep in the I. And it's going to be Riddick off the left side. Huge hole. Cuts back up the middle. He's going to be close to a first down, but there's a fumble on the play. It looks like Milford might have it. And they do. That's 4 turnovers tonight for a team that hasn't turned the ball over all season.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers happening tonight. Troy's throwing a couple picks, and this fumble here. This is big for Milford. They needed that stop right there.
So that's going to be Milford taking over after the fumble. Like we said, Woodbridge came in plus 17 in the turnover ratio, and that's because they didn't have any giveaways, and they have 4 tonight. And, up 33-8, you don't sweat it right now, but you sweat it Monday.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Coaches definitely have to preach that because, if you're in a closer game than that, them kind of plays, that can be crucial for a team.
The Bucks come to the ball, pistol formation. Wing to the right, slot to the bottom side. Hovington in the backfield with Kimmel. Kimmel drops back and wrapped up. Shamir Vessels. Folks, Shamir Vessels is here.
Shamir, we haven't really heard much from him all game, but he just made a spectacular play there. He shedded the block and put his hands up, and the quarterback didn't have nowhere to go.
He was our player of the game in week 1. And he's been a 302 Sports fan favorite, I'll tell you all, for the last 3 years. We saw him first time ever, the first game as a sophomore against Polytech, and I believe he picked up a short punt and ran it for a touchdown. He has scored everything but on offense. He's had punt returns, fumble returns, interception returns.
Yeah, Shamir, he gets that ball in his hand. He's a ball hog. He get that ball in his hand. He's going to the end zone with it. He got some wheels on him.
Brings up a 2nd and 20 from the 8-yard line. Kim win the pistol, trips to the top of the screen.
Shamir with the hit.
And that's caught. Kind of like a short Hail Mary there. That's caught by number 5. We haven't called his name all night. That's the Ryan Jones, the senior, 5'11", 230.
Yeah, good way for the quarterback to step up in the pocket. It was closing. Shamir was breathing down his neck, and he stood in there and threw it up.
Another final Division II game of interest. Tatnall looking to get into the playoffs. They defeat McKean 50-8. William Penn, they lead Sally's 21-7. And Smyrna up 56-21 on Caesar Rodney at their homecoming. So a lot of big scores out there tonight. Glasgow still 18-8. And, of course, the shootout between Tower Hill and Conrad. That must be being played at I didn't know Tower Hill had lights. I guess they do.
I think St. George's Tech doesn't have lights.
St. George's Tech does not have lights. That is correct. And we had had St. George's coach J.D. Mall came up here and just shaking his head at this Woodbridge team. He's like, man, I got to play these guys.
Yeah, we're looking for revenge from last year.
Bet you are. I know JD very well. I coached him as a JV player, JV quarterback at Cape and Lope, and have stayed friends with him all these years. Matter of fact, after the Cape Sussex Central game, we shared some pizza and beverage out of the Grand Slam. So still a down home guy. St. George's Votech. And again, Milford just struggling to get to their formations. They got trips to the bottom. Kimmel getting them where he wants them. And he throws the out to Sampson. Breaks the tackle. And pulled down, breaks away again. But then there's a whole lot of Woodbridge Blue Raiders there.
Yeah, that was a nice pickup right there. A little quick flat route.
Yeah, the one thing I noticed, Jordan, about this Woodbridge team is you can't stop and dance because they show up.
Yeah, they're coming. These guys gang tackle. Every play you see 11 hats to the ball.
I mean, right there, he had a broken tackle, and he went down the sideline, and he broke a tackle again and stepped back, and next thing you know, T.J. Kane is there to wrap him up.
I mean, as a defense, that's what you preach. You want everybody coming to the ball, every play to the whistle.
1st and 10 for the Buccaneers, 5:46 to go here in the third quarter. Sampson goes out in motion to the sideline, and a little short slant to number 8. Breon Murray, and it looks like just a lot of formations and a lot of short patterns. They're trying to get that short passing game together, maybe to soften things up.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get something going here. I mean, trying to chip away a little bit, give the quarterback a little confidence, get a couple completions under his belt.
Sam Murray goes back out, motion to the sideline, and he's running down the right sideline. Brewer with position. Again, that's great position. He's making these guys, the Woodbridge guys are making these receivers go up and over him.
Oh, yeah, he boxed him out like he was playing basketball. That was great position. He looked back for the ball. He didn't just play the man. And he leaned on him and made it very uncatchable for the receiver.
Once again, I want to thank Robert Baker, Mr. Robert Baker of Bishopville, Maryland, helping sponsor this game tonight. Said he just wanted to see these high school kids get some exposure. 3rd and 5 for the Buccaneers. Quick out. Oh, big hit by number 6. And a fumble. Number 6, Richard Massey, with a huge hit there, Jordan.
I didn't see the hit. I was looking at the receiver. Number 8 was wide open. But, yeah, that was a nice little rollout pass, and number 6 came up. And
Richard Massey came up late to pop and knocked him down and the ball out, but Milford gets it back. Loss of 2 on the play. That's going to bring up a 4th down, and on comes Kajay Reynolds to punt the ball away for the Buccaneers. Also, thank you to Richard Massey helping us to get some of these sponsors tonight to bring in this game, Woodbridge football and the Milford Buccaneers, Henlopen Conference, Southern Division. Another one of our new sponsors, Barclays Heating and Air out of Smyrna. And we're going to have a timeout, Milford. And folks, we're going to take a break with them. Your score right now, the Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week. The Woodbridge Blue Raiders 33, the Milford Buccaneers 8. And we'll be right back.
So my wife, my children, my young son comes in. My son's only 10. They have the kids classes. They have the fitness class if you're just looking primarily to get in shape. Obviously the jiu-jitsu class is what I come here for.
Every time I walk through that door, I'm unbelievably happy, that I'm here. I mean, just a reminder of all the energy and effort that I've put in.
Even if you just watch a class first, you won't know until you try.
This place is for everybody. Actually, my entire family signed up. So my wife, my children.
Welcome back to Greenwood, Delaware, folks. Benny Mitchell here with Jordan Westcott. We're in Greenwood, Delaware. The Woodbridge game 7-0. Kajay Reynolds on the punt. Gets a high end-over-end floater, and it's going to go out of bounds, probably about the 40-yard line. All right, here's a big Division II report. With 33 seconds left in the game, tied 7-7, Caravel has the ball on the Cape and Lupin 4-yard line. So, I mean, that win there, and long as the wheels don't fall off the bus, Jordan, Caravel's probably in the Division II state tournament. And spells big problems for Cape and Lupin, because that is a 0-point game when you lose to a Division II team.
Right, yeah, Caravel's, I mean, on the 4-yard line, they should be able to get that done.
That's a handoff to Jamon Kane, looking for some running room, wrapped up, Korean on the tackle, number 5 Jones on the tackle, and 46 Dominique Covington. That's their athletes. That's their skill players getting out there and getting things done.
Yeah, he came up and made a great play.
Pick up a 2 on the play. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. 3:50 and counting here in the third quarter. Woodbridge put up 33 in the first half. And the only score this quarter has been the long pass play from Kimmel to Murray. I formation. Holding up under center. That looks like an unbalanced line. Big hole off the left side. And Riddick's got the first down. Check that again next time they line up that formation, Jordan. I think we may have had an unbalance there that Milford just didn't adjust to.
Yeah, that scissors run, it's been working pretty good for him. Riddick has been staying true north and south, but I can see him bouncing it. I think he can get some yards if he can bounce it out on that scissors run.
And he's an interesting runner because he doesn't explode through the hole all the time. He explodes after he gets through the hole, and he's got great acceleration and deceleration.
A lot of these running backs, they're pretty patient, and they wait for their blocks to set up.
Wing T formation here for the Blue Raiders. It's going to be a handoff, a little fullback lead. And maybe a yard on the play. Covington, big tackle. Yeah. And I have to tell you, I put him down as an impact player, and I said what he had to do. And they might be losing, but Dominique Covington, he's answered the bell for what he had to do tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely answering the bell, running the ball, and playing defense. He's playing both ways, and I'm sure it's tough on him to do that because he's not used to doing it with Bowman gone.
Right.
And
and taking the type of hits he's taken tonight with these guys.
It takes the wear and tear on your body.
2nd and 9 for the Blue Raiders. Toss to Riddick. He's got some running room. Pulled down. That's Covington again.
Yeah, Covington's all over the field right now. He's running sideline to sideline.
Covington, great athlete. He's a all-conference football player. He was the conference champion last year at 220 pounds and finished 4th in the state in wrestling. So tackling comes second nature to him.
Yeah, when you're a wrestler, you got to be in some good shape.
Yeah, absolutely. 3rd and 10, under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And it's going to be fakes the handoff and short pass, and it's incomplete. And I don't know if you call it an upset alert. I'm not sure what you call this because they're two pretty good teams. 19 seconds to go. Caravel leads Cape and Lupin 14-7. They're down there to ruin the homecoming at the beach.
It's never good to lose on your homecoming.
No, and especially playoff time to a Division II team. This could be a devastating loss to Cape and Lupin. I had Cape and Lupin winning this game tonight, but oh my, Wilmington 54, Tower Hill, Conrad 42, 96 points on the board. Lead punt, Styles on his first punt of the game, falls dead inside that 15, and going to be touched down by number 22, Devin Flamer. Flamer, that's a Lake Forest name. He must be one of them Fred Ricka kids that came south. I mean, they had a big running back there a couple years ago at Lake Forest, kid by the name of Flamer. I believe he did, yeah.
Played with Logan.
Let's talk a little bit while we have the break. Logan Westcott. He's a defensive back. Delaware State team's not having a great year, but he's a 2-year starter. He's only a sophomore. Talk a little bit about what Logan thinks about Division I football.
I mean, he's out there, and I mean it's hard for him right now because the team's not doing good. But I talk to him every day, and the difference between D1 and high school or college and high school is just the speed, really. And
sure.
Definitely the front, the interior linemen, the bigger, faster. So it's been a little bit of transition for him. He's had a little bit of success, but he's definitely got some work to do.
Razzle dazzle, Correa, but he overthrows just out of the fingertips of Murray, and that was just a little deep toss to Correa, and he was the quarterback last year to start the season, so he does have an arm.
Yeah, Coach Strickland, he's not just going to run the ball and get out of here tonight, I don't think.
Right.
I think he's going to take
I'm not so sure I show that down 33-8. I might want to wait that for the first quarter of the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, I think he's going to try to put the ball in the air and get some points on the board.
Well, if I remember correctly, initially, Logan was going to go to Liberty.
Yeah, he was going to go to Liberty, but he got a full ride from Del State. So.
He would have been down there with Dante Shells of Cesar Rodney having a great year for the Liberty Flames. Here we go, minute 26 to go, 2nd and 10. Third quarter action, trips to the top of the screen. The Raiders fans are on their feet. Under pressure, Shamir Vessels. And 17, Lee Stiles. And that's what we talked about. That's what they have to do. They have to put pressure on Kimmel.
Yeah, great move by Shamir. He didn't go outside. He did an inside rip, and he was right in the quarterback's face as soon as he snapped the ball.
I would have to imagine, even though he's playing for a small school, there has got to be some colleges looking and talking to Shamir Vessels.
Oh, yeah, Shamir Vessels, he definitely can play at the next level. This kid, he's a great athlete. He works hard in the weight room. He's a humble kid, and I'm sure Coach Drass would love to have him.
No doubt, because the Wolverines definitely in a rebuilding year up there at Wesley.
Yeah, I mean, they're going through. The year I left, we lost like 17, 18 seniors, so it's going to take some. And they lost Joe Callahan. That's a big one.
Absolutely. Here we go. 3rd down. Lofts it up. Caught by Murray and pushed out of bounds by number 10, Brewer. That's going to be a 1st down. So they're just looking for those matchups, try to get back in this game. Middletown 35, Aberquimic 8 in the big Blue Hen Flight A matchup. Delmar up 26-7 over Indian River. And it's a final in Lewis. The Caravel Buccaneers 14, the Cape and Lupin Vikings 7. I don't know that you really call that an upset as much as it's a Division I, Division II. But that's a huge loss for Cape and Lupin going into Smyrna next week, and we'll have that game here on 302sports.com. 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers at their own 30-yard line. Pistol formation with Kimmel. Kimmel lost one up to Correa. In and out of his hands as he falls to the ground. Not bad position. Both players kind of got turned around on that play, Jordan.
Yeah, it was a good effort by Marcus right there. He had the ball right in his hands. Just couldn't hold on there to it.
Indian River tacks on a score, 26-14, Delmar. So Delmar wins tonight. Woodbridge holds this lead. The Lions Cup trophy could be for the Henlopen South Championship. So we will be back down here in 2 weeks for the Henlopen South Championship. 2nd and 10 at their own 30 for the Milford Buccaneers. Kimmel throws one down the left sideline. This floats up. That's going to be batted away by Ricky Kane. Or TJ. TJ Kane.
I like the confidence in the coaches is to let the players play man-on-man and just throwing jump balls up.
Win Penn 21, Slazeanna 14. That's one of those rare night games at William Penn. They don't have lights at the stadium. They bring them in and have one Friday night game a year. And tonight is Slazeanna, the only team in Delaware without a mascot. 12 seconds, 12.9 seconds, 33-8. Milford with the ball, 3rd and 10 at their own 30-yard line. And we had all kinds of guys moving on that one. Let's see where it's going to go. Procedure on the Milford Buccaneers. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 for the Bucks. And just at this point in the game, Jordan, going into the 4th quarter, they're going the wrong direction.
Yeah, you can't be having penalties at this time. This is time you got to put some more points on the board.
So Milford 3rd and 15. Looks like Kane's playing center field out here at about the 45-yard line. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Pistol formation. Kimmel drops back. One-handed catch by Correa, breaks the tackle, and tripped up by Kane. Wow, what an athletic play by number 2, Marcus Correa.
Yeah, that was a great catch. That was an Odell Beckham catch. He one-handed that and had the focus to try to catch it and keep running upfield.
Well, he's Odell twice tonight. The one-handed catch and the assault on the kicking net, which has still not been picked up. And that's the end of the third quarter, folks. We'll be back. I'm Benny Mitchell. With me, Jordan Westcott on the camera, Trey Mitchell. And doing our stats, Dave Boxcar Marvel. And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Every day, year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
He's saying beat my man.
Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day, year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott.
Welcome back to Greenwood, folks. I'm Benny Mitchell, Jordan Westcott. 302sports.com, Helen Conference, Friday night, game of the week. And we came in the battle of the unbeatens. And Jordan, it looks like right now with 12 minutes to go, Woodbridge will be the remaining team totally undefeated. Delmar will still be undefeated in the Henlopen South.
Yeah, Woodbridge defensively tonight, they have played a pretty good game besides that one touchdown. I mean, they've been lights out.
As we flip the field here, switch ends. And I'm not sure who this lady is from Woodbridge, but she has been into this game since kickoff. She's been leading the cheers. And
she's getting the crowd hyped right now.
She is. Got to love high school football. 1st and 10 for the Milford Buccaneers. Trips to the top of the screen. Shotgun formation. Oh, in and out of the hands of Brock Keeler. And he's just flat out threw that in the traffic.
Yeah, Brock, he's just reading them quarterback's eyes, and he's just going where the quarterback's looking, and he's throwing the ball right to him.
He's backing up about 8 to 9 yards off the ball. And Holden was in on that coverage in that play, too. So now they're going no huddle. 2nd and 10 for the Milford Buccaneers. Same formation, trips to the top. Kimmel takes a snap, short drop, lofts it up for Correa. And almost another one-handed catch, and they're just playing size matchup and just lofted up there.
Yeah, they're playing a little backyard football right now. They're just throwing the ball up, saying, "Hey, if my guy can beat you, so be it.
If my Jimmy can beat your Joe, I can win." 4th quarter action. Woodbridge up 33-8. Milford's got the ball. 3rd and 10 at the Woodbridge 44-yard line.
Hasn't been really much route combinations tonight. Just a lot of deep balls.
Right.
A lot of crossing routes.
And fakes the handoff to Hovington. And I'm not sure what we had there other than a big hit by Antoine Holden.
Antoine Bolden came up like a bullet.
I'm not sure what Milford had going on there. Breon Murray was standing there and then took off about the time Holden hit him.
It looked like kind of like an option run or a pass.
That was a huge hit by Antoine Holden.
Yeah,
he's just all over the place. And Kimmel is limping as he tries to come back on the field.
Yeah, offensive, defensively, Antoine has had a stellar game.
And Milford's going to have to take a timeout. Folks, we're going to take one with them. You're watching the Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week from Greenwood, Delaware. The Woodbridge Blue Raiders 33, Milford 8. We'll be right back to Greenwood, folks.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Matt's Fish Camp is the small local fish joint with 2 locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare in a casual atmosphere with house specialties like colossal crab cakes, lobster rolls, and fried Ipswich clams, along with crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp, and a daily selection of fresh caught fish. Matt's Fish Camp, serving up lunch and dinner 7 days a week, all year.
Locations in Bethany Beach and Lewis, Delaware. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
And welcome back to Greenwood, folks. Update score. First one we have from this tonight. It's a final. Tower Hill 54, Conrad 50. 104 points scored up there tonight. St. Elizabeth gets back on the winning side. 47-13 over Red Lion. We'll have some more scores in a second for you folks. Coming off the timeout, we have Korea now back at quarterback after a huge hit on Kimmel. And he slips and falls and then hit as he tries to get back up. That was a 4th down play.
Yeah, I think he was down before they hit him, but Lee and Shamir, they was breathing down his neck. They were coming.
And also in that play, number 55, we haven't called his name a lot, but I know Coach has been high on him, is R.J. Thomas. He kind of rotates in at that position. So Woodbridge is going to take over on the Milford side of the field at the 44-yard line. First and 10 at the 44. And that's Riddick off the left side. Cuts it, bounces it out, cuts back in. And tackled by Jones. And you talked about his ability to cut.
Yeah, he just he's patient. He saw the hole and he bursted through that hole and made some good cuts.
Fourth quarter score, Middletown 41 over Appoquinimink. Final up in Dover. This was the battle of the bands. Two of the best bands in the state. Sussex Tech Ravens. They beat the Dover Senators 44-26. And I tell you, that kind of puts Tech at 5-3 back in this playoff picture with Cape and Lopen losing tonight.
Yeah, huge win.
So that's going to be close to a first down. Glasgow now leads the Howard Wildcats 18-14. That game a little tighter than a lot of people thought. 2nd and 1 here for the Blue Raiders as they march for another score. They're up 33-8. Hand off to Riddick, and he just plunges into the line. And he's going to be close to a first down. I'm not sure he got it.
I don't think he did. 75.
Well, he ran in the back of his own guy. That's Ireland, number 74. He transferred up from Florida. And they are going to be short. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Blue Raiders, 4th quarter.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to try to use much of this clock as they possibly can right here.
Slot to the right, I formation. That little scissors play again, or I might call it an ISO. Riddick breaking tackles into the end zone as he high steps in. Touchdown.
Yeah, Riddick, that was good by him by running north and south. He saw the hole and broke a couple tackles, and he's in the end zone.
And there's the Woodbridge fight song as the band strikes up 39-8 here for the Blue Raiders. And I say it again, it's very surprised at this score. Thought Woodbridge would win it. I didn't think they would run away with it.
Yeah, I think the defense has done it for them with all the turnovers from the offense.
Well, and the penalties in the first half.
Yeah, the defense has really stood the ground tonight.
And that's going to be a short kick. Not sure if it was blocked at the line or not. But, folks, we're going to take a commercial. Your score, you're watching the Friday night Hennepin Conference Game of the Week with 9:15 to go in the 4th quarter. Woodbridge Blue Raiders 39, Milford 8.
Right here on the Culinary Coast in Southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lup Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At Sodell, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Soto Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck.
And welcome back to Greenwood, folks. Benny Mitchell with Jordan Westcott. Albury set to kick it off. That's taken by number 23, Riddick, and tackled by number 17, Lea Stiles. So that we talked about they put their stars on the field for kickoff too. It's important to coach.
Yes, I mean, kickoff, kick return. I mean, special teams, they make a big factor in the game. We've seen it with Antoine's punt return.
Back when I played, that's how you lettered as a sophomore or freshman on those teams. And
yeah. I know my first year at Wesley, that's all I played was special teams and a couple packages. But, I mean, that's the way for young guys to get on the field.
Right. First and 10, 9:06 to go here in the fourth quarter. The Bucks have the ball at their own 24-yard line. And we have a flag on the play. Looks like breaking the huddle with 12. Not quite sure how you, off a change of possession, you get 12 guys in the huddle, but they did. And that's kind of been, we've seen a lot of that out of Milford tonight. A lot of miscommunication, a lot of confusion in a big game like this. And they had to burn some timeouts, remember, in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to being focused and knowing who's supposed to be on the field at the right time and who's not.
So they try it again. First and 15 at their own 19-yard line. Correa now back at quarterback. Hovington off the left side, breaks the tackle. That was number 12. TJ Kane hits him low, and then a couple of Raiders come up and finish it off.
Yeah, it was a hard run by Hovington. It took a couple guys to bring him down.
Pick up a 3 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 12 for the Bucks. And not sure what Kimmel's status is, but they lose him. They not only lose him at quarterback. Yeah, they can move Correa to quarterback, but who does he throw to other than Breon Murray? I mean, they got to find another receiver now.
Yeah, that's going to be a big loss because Correa, he's definitely a threat out there at wide receiver and throwing it up the deep ball at 6'5".
2nd and 12, pistol formation. That's number 9 on the carry, Tayon Matthews. Wrapped up by number 8, Jaman Kane. And as I look over, Milford bleachers slowly starting to empty out. 7:57 left here to play.
I think everybody's starting to get that feeling.
Right. Well, not the lady down in front of us because she is still stomping her feet. She's still cheering. Big Woodbridge fan down in front of us. 3rd and 10 here for the Buccaneers. Guys checking into the game. Delmar now leads Indian River 33-21. Correa rolls out of the pocket, looking to run. There's Brock Keeler, steps back in, breaks the tackle, but dragged down from behind by number 17, Styles.
Yeah, that's a great play by Lea by rushing off field, and you see the quarterback start to run off the field, and he cut back and made the play.
I want to thank Kristen Mitchell in our Lewis studio with the score updates tonight. Also, letting us know when we freeze, letting us know if the audio problem. Nick Halliday upstate at the William Penn Slazy-Annam game. He is the owner of 302sports.com. Smyrna 64, Caesar Rodney 28. So Smyrna for the first time in 3 games gets their 60 points. Fourth and 6 for Milford. And hits Simpson. That was a bullet pass.
That was a good throw by Correa. He put it right on his receiver, right in his chest on that slant, that post.
1st and 10 for Milford. 6.5 minutes to go here in the game. $39-8 Woodbridge Blue Raiders. Milford breaks the huddle. 1st and 10. Correa at quarterback. Hovington back at the tailback position. Pistol formation. Correa under pressure. Styles chases him down. And the ball's on the ground. Picked up. And whistled dead. Lee Styles. And number 66, Shamir Vessels. Styles had been pushed out of the play a couple times. Correa cuts it back, and he wraps him up.
Yeah, good effort by him. I mean, he was down on the ground, he was getting blocked. The quarterback decided to cut back, and he got up and still made a play.
Well, remember in the first half he did that. He got knocked down and literally dove from his knees. He just launched himself and made a sack.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are giving up to everything tonight.
He must be watching the broadcast down on the sidelines when I called him out to be an impact player.
Right.
Because he has been an impact player tonight.
Yeah, you definitely called it on point.
2nd and 27 here for the Buccaneers. Ball back at their own 41-yard line. Vessels hits him as he throws. Picked off by Keeler, his 2nd interception of the game. We may have to have co-players of the game tonight.
Yeah, that was a great play by Brock. And I think Lee made the hit on the quarterback.
It was Vessels, hit him from behind.
Vessels made the hit on the quarterback to pop the ball up. And Brock, he just went up to the highest point and brought the ball down.
I guess now we're discussing whether there was a fumble at the end of that play.
Yeah, it looks like it was coming loose before he was going down.
Well, our Woodbridge fan down below us says he was down. And there's Milford's ball. Interception. That's a great turn of events for Milford because they give up the interception. They gain some yardage in his first down.
Yeah. I guess Brock's trying to help him out a little bit.
He gets his 2nd pick of the game and nearly had 2 more. He's had his hands on a couple others. Yeah, but like you said, he's just sitting back there reading the quarterback's eyes.
Yeah, as a middle linebacker, that's what you do on situations like this. I mean, especially a mobile quarterback like Correa. I mean, he can break the pocket and run it too.
1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Correa takes the snap. That looks like a hold there that just may not have gotten called. And broken up by number 3, Antoine Holden. And we have a flag, and I think that's going to be the holding call because
them 2 defensive ends tonight, Lee and Shamir, they've been playing a really good game tonight.
Shamir, the guy had a handful of jerseys. He was trying to get to the quarterback, and then they did pick it up, and they didn't see the flag get thrown. So that's going to be a holding call. Back 10, and that's going to be virtually like a 15 because the hold was in the backfield, so spot foul.
Yeah, I mean, when you got 2 defensive ends that can rush the quarterback like these 2 can, especially in passing situations, they're going to be back there every time.
4:10 to go in the game, so let's go ahead and talk about next week. Next week, folks, for the Northern Division Championship, we're going to be at Cape and Lopen High School when the Smyrna Eagles come to town for the Henlopen North Championship. That's a handoff to number 24, Marty's Powell. He picks up some positive yardage. And I believe Holden was in on the tackle, and Kane.
Yeah, good tackle by Antoine. He loaded, he squared him up and made the tackle.
So Friday night, we'll be at the beach. The Smyrna high-flying Smyrna Eagles come to town. Cape and Lopen's going to be coming in off a tough loss, losing tonight to Caravel, but it's going to be for the Henlopen North, so they can win the North and get in that way. And then Saturday, Jordan, you'll join me again as Woodbridge travels down to Laurel for Laurel's homecoming. Jordan will be with me in the booth. Interesting, Laurel is going to be celebrating a 30-year anniversary of the first ever state championship. Correa just trying to make something happen in the backfield, and he's wrapped up. But 1986, the Laurel Bulldogs won the school's first ever state championship. They are dedicating the team room to the coach then, Mike Norton. And a lot of guys coming in. Danny Alvarez was the quarterback of that team, and he'll be coming in from Miami, Florida. He's going to come up for a couple weeks. I actually had the fortune of being an volunteer assistant coach on that team, so it was some fun times. Sean Larimore, he's the superintendent now. He was the all-state fullback on that team and defensive tackle. So you're going to get to see a lot of history down there next Saturday, Jordan, as the old men come to town.
Can't wait, can't wait.
That's a toss to number 9, Tayon Matthews. He's got some running room, cuts it back in, and from behind, close to a horse collar tackle, but not called. Shamir Vessels, he gets it back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 4th and 10.
I mean, you can see the kind of effort Shamir gives every play. I mean, it's fourth quarter with 2 minutes left, 39-8, and he's still
playing
like is the beginning of the game.
I know halftime next week I'll have Mike Norton. He's a former assistant coach. He moved to Indian River and stepped down and stayed as an assistant. Won 2 state titles at Laurel. And there's that wide toss again. And tackle on the play. Keeler on the play, and number 9, K'Mon Massey, the sophomore.
Yeah, Keeler, he's having a good game. I think he has a really bright future because he's sideline to sideline. He's still got a couple years left to get bigger, stronger, and faster.
And this Woodbridge has a lot of youth in it. I'm looking at the roster right now, and there's a lot of sophomores and juniors and freshmen.
I feel like this is going to be a good team for a couple years to come.
Hey, take over on down. Woodbridge Blue Raiders, the number 1 team in the state in Division II. And the head coach of the number 2 team in the state, J.D. Mall, here to watch it. He came up to the booth at halftime, and he was impressed with the Blue Raiders. Minute 40 to go. And timeout Milford. So, folks, we'll take one with them. We'll take our timeout and hear from Delaware Combat Sports.
My son comes in. My son's only 10. They have the kids classes. They have the fitness class if you're just looking primarily to get in shape. Obviously, the jiu-jitsu class.
Should we go Jess with Holden or Holden and Keeler?
Unbelievably happy that I'm here. I mean, just a reminder of all the energy and effort that I've put in.
Even if you just watch a class first, you won't know until you try.
This place is for everybody. Actually, my entire family.
Welcome back to Woodbridge, and this one's over, and we also have another one that's over upstate. I think this is an upset by what a lot of people thought, but my good friend Marvin Dooley, he moves to 8-1, 7-1, 8-1. William Penn 21, Salesian 14. So William Penn is they're the number 2 team in the Blue Hen Conference, Flight A. Excuse me, folks. And I think a lot of people had them counted out tonight. Final Smyrna 64, Caesar Rodney 28. And that's Kane off the left side. Gets out of bounds.
Yeah, good run by Kane. I mean, you had guys grabbing on his jersey. He's still turning his legs.
Yeah, of course they didn't hear it, but on the broadcast I challenged those 2 guys to be players tonight, and they absolutely have done it. Final Middletown 48, Appoquinimink 8. Middletown pushing to win the Blue Hen Flight A. Have Concord in 2 weeks. And there the Milford band and fans letting everybody know that they're just 2 weeks away as the victory formation sets up. And let's go back and talk a little bit about next week's matchup. And I know you're a Woodbridge guy and a Woodbridge fan, but I don't know if you ever got a chance to see the Smyrna Eagles.
Yeah, my teammate from Wesley, he actually coached there, Luke McGinnis. He coached there last year, so I kept tabs on him a little bit. They have some really good athletes. They have a good running back.
Yeah, well, Gatorade Player of the Year, Will Knight.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I've seen a couple of his plays, and yeah, Smyrna Eagles, they're definitely getting better as the years come on.
They got the Gatorade Player of the Year, and then they when Eastern Christian closed, they picked up a kid by the name of Lenny Brown who came to town, and he's as good, if not better, than Knight. Right. And then you got the returning All-State quarterback, Nolan Henderson, who's headed to the University of Delaware. They got it together. They got a scare last week, which probably caused them to get that offense rolling this week. But part of the problem was a good Sussex Central ground game at 8 o'clock and some swirling winds that kind of slowed down the passing game of Smyrna. But no excuses made. But, folks, we'll be right back. I'm going to do one more commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to tell you who the player of the game is.
Here on the Culinary Coast in southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On and Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lup Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth.
I'll be okay. We're going to wrap up quick.
Has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp located on Route 1 in North Bethlehem. At Sodell, we believe in beautiful, simple food to make the world a better place.
Right.
See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Cameron.
And that's a wrap, folks. Final one takes a knee. And Jordan Westcott, talk a little bit about what you saw here tonight and your Woodbridge Blue Raiders.
The defense, they stepped up good. The defensive ends definitely made a big impact with Lee and Shamir. But Antoine Bolden, he's a special dude. This guy, he can do it all. Offensively, defensively, he was all over the field tonight. And he's my player of the game, Antoine Bolden.
Right, and I agree with you. That's officially the 302 Sports Player of the Game. Antoine Holden, the senior, 5'6", 150. He was the quarterback last year. Went down with a season-ending injury. Came back for the team. Went to wide receiver, punt return, defensive back, and he showed what a team player is all about tonight. But let's talk about a little bit about a guy we talked about in the beginning of the game. Will Kimmel, the quarterback for Milford. Second half, he comes out 7 of 13 for 154 yards. The damage was already done, but that kid, him and 3 catches by Murray for 145 yards. Milford stepped it up in the second half.
Yeah, I think if Milford would have opened up a little bit more in the first half and got a little confidence and try to throw it up to number 8 and number 2, Marcus and Byron. Because Woodbridge is playing man-to-man all night on the outsides, and them guys are 6'5", 6'2". Some big receivers.
Folks, you've been watching Henlip Conference Friday night game of the week from Greenwood, Delaware. The Woodbridge Blue Raiders, it's a final. Woodbridge 39, the Milford Buccaneers 8. Next week, the Milford Buccaneers will host the Delmar Wildcats, and Woodbridge will head Saturday, and me and Jordan will be there. They'll take on Laurel. Laurel's homecoming and the 30-year anniversary of the first ever state title won at Laurel High School. Friday night, it'll be me and Sean Brennan. We'll be at Cape Henlopen for the Henlopen North Championship as the Smyrna Eagles, the defending conference and state champs, come to town. And the upstart behind a big running back by the name of Colby Wright put Cape in his position with the big touchdown run over Sussex Central. So we got 2 exciting games, one for a championship next week, and heading, Jordan, to a championship showdown here with Delmar and the Lions Cup Trophy. And, Jordan, thanks for the broadcast, for coming on the broadcast. I really enjoyed it and look forward to working with you again next Saturday. So from Greenwood, Delaware, for Jordan Westcott, cameraman Trey Mitchell, our statistician Dave Marvel, Nick Halliday producing the show up in Wilmington, and Chris Mitchell at our home studio in Lewis, Delaware, updating us with the scores. I'm Benny Mitchell, folks. Have a good night and a great sports week.
If you're interested and available, I'm sure they'd love to have